All right. I think I got audio working.
The audio's on.
It seems like audio's on. Let me.
I put that up.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we should be okay here.
And we're live?
I think we're live. I feel like we're live.
Hello, internet strangers.
Hi, hey, look who's here.
I'm back.
You know what's so for everyone who didn't watch last week, you were out for the day because you had other things going on that day. Enough said. So Lee came by with his Muppets, and every time I looked at his name, which was like twice, I think I pronounced it right. Right now, I have so much self-conscious about saying Lee Breathwaite. Nope, that was wrong. It's not breath. It's Braithwaite.
All right, Lee Bran Flakes.
Yes, exactly. He had fun too.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, it's just so I think I told you earlier we went and had peanut butter jelly sandwiches, and he actually talked to me and said his name, and my mind locked on the second half being wait. Just W-A-I-T. Wait. It's like, I got that, but I can't get this first. So Lee's a really nice guy.
I always forgive people for pronouncing things because they probably learned it by reading.
Okay.
And I've learned everybody's usernames by reading Ed.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And since English follows none of its own rules.
Nope, not even on Tuesdays.
Nope.
Nope,
There's this I before E except after C, and neighbor and way, and every other way everybody uses it.
Yeah, exactly.
So no rules.
No rules apply at all. It's all over the place.
Yeah. My teacher did not appreciate my creative spelling.
Nobody appreciates our creative spelling.
Ever.
Ever. So there was a point in time when, working minimum wage as a shoe salesman, I was working the shoe corporate at Sears. I wrote a note asking for a day off. I think I talked about this before on the stream, maybe, but it has to do with spelling. As much as I could, I used homonyms within it, because the boss's name was Sue, right? So I wrote out, Dear Sue, D-E-E-R-S-I-O-U-I-X or whatever, Dear Sue, and then can I have the day off? But every word was a homonym and not the right word. So if you could just read it out loud, it would sound okay. But it was hard to read.
That takes some extra work.
Yep.
But I can appreciate the pettiness. It's fun. Getting into the details.
I got along with Sue. It was nice.
Yeah.
Hi, how are you? Oh, hey, guess what? Bruno's here.
So is Toby.
So is Toby. Toby's got a crunchy piece of nylon. Rawhide. Nyla bone is what I was thinking of for whatever reason. Probably because Road Warrior's in my head. But, yeah. How you doing, guy? You got your coat on?
Yep. I like that one because it's a leash and a coat.
Yep. Being all finicky with your D-rings because they were put in wrong.
Right?
Yeah. So one of these days your wings will go in here, right?
He has had wings on there before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he gets cold.
And then from 10 to 15 feet up in the air, you can pee on all the things.
Oh,
it's like stealth bomber peeing. Actually, you probably don't want that zipped all the way up.
He pees on everything.
So hello, it's Monday. We're ranting about anything weird and random because I'm trying to feel comfortable on the camera.
We're here. We're live.
We're here. We're live. I'm pretty uncomfortable on the camera. Hello, and welcome to the Monday Odin Makes live stream, and welcome to the Patreon-only portion. The first 45 minutes of this live stream, for those of you who are watching in the future, are set up as exclusive access for members of my Discord and members of my Patreon. It's an excellent way to do a little more one-on-one with the people who genuinely support this channel. My Patreon support is what pays my rent. That's why I say that. I really appreciate it.
No, brought to you by viewers like you.
Brought
Literally.
to you. Yeah.
You guys, thank you.
Thank you. So if you want to get in on that, as well as get a chance to play video games on Fridays with me, and maybe one day, possibly, if things ever go right, Felicia might join.
I work on Fridays.
Yeah, I know. I don't wish for you to not be working. That's sort of, you know what I mean. Yeah. Anyway, patreon.com/Odin Makes, and if you want to get on these live streams early, any level will get you to this live stream early. So, thank you all very much. And who's here? Trying to say breath with an Irish accent. Breath. Okay, so this is Ray Max. Hey, they can hear me. They're commenting about how I'm saying Lee's name wrong.
Well, thank you, completely. You were great.
Yeah. And speaking of saying names the wrong, look, it's Steve D.
Welcome.
Thank you, Steve. Steve Deitch, right? I think I said that wrong. Will Connors is here. Hello, Will. And once again, Will did a big old super chat again on Friday.
Oh, thank you.
So, thank you. Oh, good. Stupid Monkey's here. We built a zoo over the weekend on Minecraft.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I like animals.
Moon Eyes 2K is good morning, day, afternoon, evening, or as the case may be. Hello!
Right? We had this times change happen, and
Oh, God.
it's just so much worse the week after. Because I feel like mentally,
Pretty much.
I've been off all week anyways.
Right.
And now it's hitting the tiredness.
Now it's hitting extra.
Yes.
Steve is noticing that we've zoomed out so we can see more props. Awesome. Yes, and I added something extra in the background. Can you guys point it out? Oh, good. Shady Dragon's actually kind of feeling okay today. And I think that's an improvement. He hurt his foot and is on, not doing well.
Well, I hope you feel better.
Yeah. Stupid Monkey says, Lee, you look different.
Yeah, looking a little stiff, huh? No.
Oh, yeah, there you are. Yano says it feels good to be here on time. And hello, Odin and Felicia.
Hello, welcome.
Moon Eyes 2K. Boop, 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 with the tail. I'm not quite sure what it's...
Bruno Tail.
Bruno tail. Oh, yeah, okay. Moon Eyes 2K. Man, it could be worse. Could be German. We follow all the rules. Here's the 5,760... Oh, no, that's 57,694,794th rule of...
Yeah, my little brother was in Germany. He... Yeah.
Stupid Monkey says Becky Godzilla looks like he's staring disappointed at Odin.
Yeah. He's like, if we don't get enough likes and subscribes, then Odin gets it. No.
I get what?
I don't know. Look at that look.
I don't want to look at that look anymore. I'm getting a new video out this week, and it's going to be upgrading Mechagodzilla because he's going to WonderCon in just 2 weeks. So it's not this upcoming weekend, but the weekend after. And then I'm going to do everything I can to get my ass back here so I can still have a Monday live stream anyway. I mean, I don't have a full booth to knock down, and I'm traveling down with my friend Gary, Captain Splody, and all I can remember his username is Falcon. It's not like Captain Falcon because that's a superhero, but anyway. So the two of us are going down, so I get to road trip with other people. I get to have assisted driving, so I'm not too worried about making the trip back from Anaheim Sunday evening immediately after the con, and then being here as a zombie on Monday.
Right? Mental health is important.
Yeah.
It really genuinely is.
Yep.
And it's more important than this live stream. No offense, people.
Yeah, it's true. And then the following weekend, I'm flying out to Oklahoma City, so I'll actually
For that giant.
for that con, yeah, with Evil Ted Smith and
Yeah, it
Stephen
sounds like
K.
it's gonna
Smith.
be a fun
Yeah.
group of people. Like is it a Maker's Con?
Yes, it's a Creators Con.
Creators Con.
Yep.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and there's going to be some really good cosplayers, people that I've seen before, and people that I've seen their work before, and a couple of there's a couple of cosplayers that've been doing it for a long time. They're coming out, which is it's pretty exciting. And then, if you're in the Sacramento area, the immediate Thursday after Creators Con, so Creators Con is April 9th. The immediate Thursday after Creators Con is going to be Crocker Con. This is going to be the 14th. So.
And I'll be at that one.
Yep, and you'll be at that one. Crocker Art Museum here in Sacramento is going to have a single evening pop culture, a comic book and sci-fi convention. They do it every year when health codes allow. It's been 2 years since they've had one. Anyway, yeah, so we'll be at that. It's a little like 4-hour con. It's fun. It'll be on the grounds and in the main Artium, whatever. There's the big open spot. In the newer Crocker building.
Yeah.
Because I think the older Crocker building's closed for this con. And then the very next effing morning, I'm going to be setting up at SAC Anime Roseville. I finally got confirmation from the owner and his son that, oh yeah, we'd love to have you out here. Please, we expected you. It's like, all right.
Oh, nice.
So that's a 3-day con.
Will you be doing cosplay repair?
I'll be doing cosplay repair. I'll be bringing that stuff. Yep. I don't know how big that con's necessarily going to be. SAC Anime is usually really good, and they had really good turnout in Roseville when they were up there during the whole panorama thing. So, yeah.
So, well, should be fun.
4 cons, 3 weeks. And then it's going to be May the 4th be with you. So.
Anything fun?
Trying to do a build with Sean Cash and trying to get a build done with Princess Squib. So I've got 2 different Star Wars builds I'm trying to get done for early May.
Nice.
Yeah.
I will ask later what they're.
That's fine. Oh, and there's, you and I have a couple of videos coming up that'll be hopefully April and May. Mm-hmm. One of them I might try and do in the middle between cons if we can get the rest of the parts to come in, because I think the build will be easy enough to do that might be something I can do during when I'm in the shop, in between the weekends not being in the shop.
Yeah, actually, it is really simple.
I think so.
Yeah.
It looks really good. Looks like it'll look really good.
I broke it down into 4 pieces that need to get built, 2 that sew, and 2 that are out of foam. So,
Oh, okay.
Sorry, we're talking about stuff in front of people that we can't tell quite yet.
What's exciting, kind of, to me, is it's a sponsored build, so we're actually waiting for additional parts to show up, being shipped to us by Hendo. So that's kind of fun. Yeah.
Yes. And how do you know Hendo?
I know Hendo from DIY Prop Shop, and Hendo is working with another company out of the Netherlands. I think I know which country it is, but I don't know. Cos Gear. They make animatronic
gear. I was like, which one was it? Because it wasn't Cos Tools.
Not Cos Tools.
And not Cos Accessories, because that doesn't make sense. Cos Gear. Sorry.
It's Cause and Effect.
Yeah.
That could almost work. Cause effects. Anyway, it's Cos Gear. Basically what they're sending us is kind of animatronic. They're cat ears and they're cat ears and then a cat tail. So we're gonna be playing with those.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sounds like it's gonna be a fun project.
I think it's gonna be fun. I think I'm done talking.
All right.
Not.
Well, we are on step 11.
We're on step 11.
We're working on the quote-unquote thought bubble.
Oh.
So what is the thought bubble? The biggest part of the cyclotron?
No idea. I'll have to, the biggest part of the cyclotron, probably.
Yeah.
Did we do the... Yeah.
You cut out all the strips last week.
Right. I was
Hopefully.
I think I got all the strips cut out. There may be one I didn't get cut out. There was one... I think there was one strip that wasn't really marked. Sorry, I walked off screen. I got the stuff right over here.
I'm distracted with Toby and Bruno right where you need to stand.
Yeah, of course. Well, they're being good.
They are trying so hard, aren't they?
Because that isn't where I was standing, so...
Right? It's where I was kind of just not standing.
So I got all those cut out. The stuff that still needs to be cut out is in the binder.
Moon Eye says, loved watching Hendo on DIY PS almost as much as watching you.
Yep, DIY Prop Shop.
Yeah, I was like the PS.
PS. Yeah, Hendo actually, yes, I really enjoyed Hendo's video. And DIY Cosplay Shop, which was a spin-off sort of from DIY Prop Shop, just had a new video that came out 2 weeks ago. It's the first DIY Prop Shop video in like 3 years.
Well,
yeah,
things have been crazy, so...
Right, well, you know...
2-year gaps and things just make sense to me right now.
Might be longer than that then, I think, because they went kind of quasi-dark shortly after my channel started, like maybe even 18, so it might be like 4 years, like mid-18. It was only a couple of videos after my facehugger video that they just sort of stopped.
Okay, well, yay for getting back on the bandwagon.
Glad they're back on the bandwagon. And poor Hendo doing a Borderlands costume in Baltimore in winter. I don't know if anyone else noticed, but you can see her breath at the end of the video. It's like,
that cold?
It's like 9 degrees.
I feel like if you want it to look warm, you're going to probably shoot it on a cold day. And if you want it to be cold, it's probably going to be 150 degrees outside, in all reality. Because we would always shoot things for Christmas in summer.
Yeah, always.
And cleanings for summer and winter. And sometimes we got all the seasons all in one day because we're doing a whole package.
Right.
And we only have a 1 day shoot, so we're going from doing all the holidays.
Did we cut out the thought bubble?
Yes, we did. It is cut out. I was just wondering if it was on the bottom. Sorry. Because it was this piece. Wait, no! You might not have. Is it behind? Okay. Not back there.
Yeah, exactly. We'll look at the same place you
Is
just
there a
looked.
thought bubble hole in this?
There may not be. As long as we still have the pattern piece, we'll just cut out a thought bubble. I swear I cut them out.
Right? But I know. Was it the big part? Or, no, I swear you did too.
So I must have set them down on the table, which...
Good luck.
Oh, gosh. Yeah.
Would it be easier just to cut them out at this point?
Probably would.
I'm looking. I'm looking. Not making a bigger mess, I promise.
No, not a problem. They were talking about daylight savings. Apparently Moon Eyes and Steve D are going to spring back this upcoming weekend because, you know, the U.S. had to go and do their own thing.
Right.
Oh, wow. Thank you, Moon Eyes. Talking to Yolanda about DIY Prop Shop. And it's been, what, 4 or 5 years? And the Hordness, Pendo and Odin were the ones that looked like they were having fun rather than being at work.
Because it's stressful. It's a lot of work.
Dan does junk has got a little crying emoji. At least your cosplay fits inside your shop. Dan does a lot of Gundam cosplay as well. Yeah. I was measuring, so if I point the camera up, you just see the back of a giant light, so I really can't point the camera up and show you. But the room that I'm in, this back wall has probably a 16-foot ceiling, and then it slopes up to that wall at about a 20-foot ceiling. So first I measured over here, and if I was to put my 7-foot 4-inch Mechagodzilla on a shelf over here, I would just barely clear with headspace to walk underneath it, and I don't really like that idea. So I'm looking at maybe mounting him up in the corner up there. He'd get dusty as all, but at least he would have a place to go.
That is like one blank spot you have on the wall because you can't reach that high.
Yep, pretty much. I'd have to bring the scissor lift in here to put him up there, but that's
Why
kind of
not
okay.
up there?
Over there he'll get seen by visitors, and
Over there he's glaring at you.
there's just a lot more going on up there.
I know, but those are just empty boxes. Those can easily go. All of those boxes on that corner aren't they?
Right. They are. They were saved at a time when stuff was getting shipped out.
No, I know. I'm not
Okay.
saying that you don't need them for anything.
Gotcha.
I'm just saying that's easy of a move.
Fair enough.
And it's
Yeah.
a shelf already built.
Fair enough.
My opinion doesn't matter.
Not a bad opinion. Obviously, I get stuck in the idea, but that's where those are sitting.
Yes, but those don't need to be there.
No, they don't need to be there.
They can exist elsewhere. I wanted to look at what piece I'm trying to actually find.
Sinister Props is asking, did you see the U.S. passed a bill to get rid of the hour change starting next year? Is that effectively, because it passed the Senate, is that effectively passing a bill? It's been too long since I watched
Yes,
Schoolhouse Rock.
it's official that we are no longer going to be doing it as of 2023.
It's official no longer doing it? I thought it was official that they did it, the House has to do it, the President has to be okay with it.
You know what? I'm just over it. I am sleep deprived for a whole week. I had to go in extra early on Monday. I'm tired. No, I don't want to do it anymore. I don't care which one. Let's just pick one and be done with it.
All right.
Please. Please, anybody? I'm
Anybody?
over it.
Yeah.
Like, whoever thought this was a good idea in the first place, could you just set your own schedule that way?
Right. No, we do have the Cyclotron because I don't have the rounds. I know I cut the rounds out. I cut the circles out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So we have this. That's why it's like, which piece am I looking for specifically?
And I know there's some naysayers to the whole change the clock thing, and I actually kind of agree with them that if they're going to abolish it, just stick with standard time. Don't stick with daylight savings time.
I don't care. Just one.
It kind of doesn't matter, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't care. Just pick one. Like, I have to switch back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. I don't know which one's the fourth or the back. It's just, they're both. Just pick one.
Lee Braithwaite is saying, thanks to all subscribe to my YouTube channel after last week's show.
Awesome.
Awesome. Yes, Geek Pride is the YouTube channel.
I was going to say, what was his YouTube channel so
Geek
we can
Pride.
send people? Geek Pride. Yeah, because this is the spot right here says meet here, so. It's the front piece that goes, this is the back piece.
Right.
We need pattern piece 27 and piece 26.
All right. Man, I thought, I'm really annoyed with myself that stuff isn't in the box.
Yeah, 26 is the one. Is it in this box? Whoops, Toby. I didn't even look in this one.
Well, that's the box it's supposed to be in that I said it wasn't in.
Oh, okay, yep, nope, and it is not in there. Okay, and no one's on camera. We have Mechagodzilla. He can hold the show. He is the show. Yes.
I found the parts.
You found the parts?
Guess
we
what happened
squished
to
them
it?
flat.
We squished them flat, just like we did with the Witcher stuff.
You said that not last
2
week.
weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. I'm going to put them here. Hopefully we don't forget them like the Witcher stuff.
And forgotten.
Yes.
But I had to walk over there to remember because obviously I have a tactile memory. Alrighty.
They exist. The thought bubbles.
You give them long enough to get a screen grab, and you know that
I thought
Chloe
it was
and
like
everyone
giant
else
air
is,
quotes.
now we'll get all sorts of memes about what we're thinking about.
What pattern piece is this?
Right, what's for lunch?
I had fish and chips yesterday. It's so good. But it's so bad. It's so good.
Yes. Lee says he can't watch the live today, but we'll catch up on the recorded version later. Well, thank you, Lee.
Yes. Thank you, Lee.
Definitely, everyone want to check out Geek Pride's channel. I will, at some point in time, been talking about this for years. So he's got the Geek Pride that has done a number of different talks and different things over the years. At this point, one of the main things the channel does are the super hot food challenges.
And you love super hot food.
And apparently he's got one that his partner in crime on the channel is just like, nah, I'm done. Have Odin do it.
There you go.
Yep. So.
Sounds like a match made in heaven.
Yep. And since these things are measured in the millions of Scoville units, I'm sure I'll have a nice little meltdown on camera. Yeah, I like hot things, but
Is it going to be hot enough?
It's going to be too hot.
Sorry, Bruno. You got to be down there for a bit. I'm sorry.
Yep. Yeah, Annalise is saying, I noticed that's this too, Annalise. Ami has been back since last year, since 2021. But Matt's been wanting to focus on historic builds. So this is one of their first. I think they've done a couple of video game builds since, but yeah, Man at Arms is back doing stuff. I don't know if somebody's got Ami and Defy Media running again, or just the Ami channel running again. For those of you who don't know, we both worked on Smosh, and that was owned ultimately by Defy Media, who also owned Ami, and that's why I appeared on DIY Prop Shop. When Defy defunct?
Yes.
Yes.
Was it still intellectual property?
That was a weird limbo thing.
Yeah.
The few people I knew on the inside that could give me information had no idea who owned DIY Prop Shop. And all the links to all the patterns and stuff that all of us put up for those things were part of the producer's Dropbox. So when they canned him, hey, all the links went dead. So if you're trying to do a DIY Prop Shop build and you don't know how to get all the link, message me. I still got them all. I'll send you a link. Just sent one this weekend to somebody who's trying to do the Fusion Sword.
That's very nice of you.
Thank you. Yeah, I want to support my videos, even if it's not.
Patterns are hard, people, and I
Yeah.
appreciate people who have patterns available with their videos. I genuinely appreciate that.
Jerry Rig says, now I have these Odin stickers. I don't know where to stick them.
Your lunchbox.
The lunchbox.
Your cell phone case.
I've got that rolling case from Ryobi, and I think the big one at the bottom, I want to stick a bunch of cosplay and YouTube channel stickers on.
Nice. Did you want to do like a whole thing on the back?
I was thinking about doing that, yeah, but I think I'll put them in the box.
On the box first.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Strict Aphids here. Alrighty.
All right,
We
Bert.
found the speech bubble. Now I will.
We need the strips that you cut out last week.
Yes. I'm going to trade sides because I've gotten to where I like being over here, where it's a little easier for me to do things and let you
Stand by the warm.
stand by the warm and control the show.
Sorry, people. I'm in control now.
Who runs Barter Town?
Okay, on the pattern for the speech bubble, there is an edge strips. Meet here, arrow. Mark that on your foam speech bubble. It's this piece right there. Technically, we should mark it, but I haven't. Glue the longer strips to the outside edge of the speech bubble, starting at the center of the segment you just marked and lining up each cut in the strip with each corner going around the bottom edge. So isn't this the one with all the little, those things? Yes.
And then this has got them.
Yes.
So, that is a set because there's a small and a large, so that is a set.
The longer strip will start at the bottom and go to counterclockwise up and around the narrower section and the speech bubble until it gets to the right angle corner.
Wow, to there. Okay.
So, reading it again.
Uh-huh.
Edge strips meet here. Mark that on your thing. So that was
Oh, and I need to...
right there. It's that piece, see?
And I need to do it this way, right?
Do you? We have to think about that now. But it's traced on this way because this is the next piece.
Right, because that's the next piece, which I traced on here. So this is the front. If this is what's raising it off the back of the pack, I need to glue it on this side, so it ends up sitting like this.
Glue the longer strip to the outside edge of the speech bubble, starting at the center of the segment you just marked.
Yeah.
Outside edge.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm trusting you. I'm just reading these.
I appreciate it. I set up my laptop so I can look at the video and forgot my mouse. So I can't control the laptop because I'm so old school. Snowboard trackpads.
Okay, let's see.
I didn't mean to totally derail the show.
No worries. I'm seeing what people are saying.
Oh, okay.
Ben and Lynch is saying, dang, it's early. I'm not ready.
Right. I'm not connected to... No, I'm not. How come you don't auto-connect? Oh, because you're not selected to auto-connect. There we are.
Yeah. Moon Eye says, I used to eat hot things all the times, including ambuzi. It's a sort of habanero straight out of the jar. Not so much
Okay.
anymore unless I want days of heartburn. I'm not into spicy things, but there's definitely
Yes.
foods that if they're not spicy, you miss it. Like ramen.
Right.
I know that one's a weird one.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I like lime and hot sauce in my ramen, and I
Okay.
miss it when it's not there.
I get that.
Silly things, too.
Right, right. Yeah, not
Right.
not at all the same thing, but I put a lot of wasabi on my sushi usually. It's kind of a hot sauce thing, but it's
Yeah.
not a hot sauce thing. It's different. It's a very different type of hot.
Yes, it definitely is a heat. It's triggering the same
Right.
heat receptors in your, but in a different way. Yeah, wasabi I use a little bit. Like I can do it. I can appreciate where you need the spice to add the flavor, but I definitely am a baby when it comes to it. But it's so delicious. Why are you crying? I don't know, but it's so delicious. Yeah, but if you tell me it's spicy, I probably will avoid it because can't
Good
not.
night.
Yana Liz says, I love habanero sauce on my sushi and I still don't get heartburn. Lucky.
Lucky.
Mm.
There we go. Alrighty.
Are you getting the cheat sheets going?
Yep. Watching the video in silence. And I didn't hook up the video. I didn't hook up the HDMI cable from the laptop, so I can't share the video with the viewers at home. But I'm watching You're watching me watch the Lost Wax Oz channel. That's what's going on. Live.
On Odin Makes.
So he's doing the thing. He was just gluing them to the textured side. So doing the thing, making the V cuts with the gift cards.
Yep. And And you used the same technique, didn't you?
I did. But instead of a couple of gift cards, I just used some scrap plastic that I had. But
yeah. Did you use your cause tools? Or did
no.
you just use a blade?
I just used a blade because that's all he used, and because he's not actually making a V cut, it's just a straight cut.
Yeah, that's what I was noticing. Because
And so yeah, he's
now it's just all gluing.
Yep, that's on the back side, so it gets glued down to this side.
I like it because we can completely confirm: is it on this side or that side? He already did it.
He's already done it. I'm
and
sorry,
we're copying
Bruno.
his pattern. I know. There's a Toby and a Bruno.
Right, and of course, as dogs do, they want to be right up against you because they want to cuddle up against you, and I'm shifting my feet as I talk, so I keep kicking the poor guy in the head.
Luckily. Toby doesn't mind. Oh my gosh, I am so...
It's the dust in the shop. I'm sorry.
I'm very sensitive to dust.
Yeah, and
I try.
I wasn't grinding anything.
No.
Go away. Go away. Mikey, please piss off. But I found a printer on the network. I need to hard stop everything so you can play with this printer that I found. I don't care. Go away.
Is there a new printer?
Yeah, sort of. It's an old printer that got moved, so now the computer's all excited about it.
I need a printer.
No, give me my computer back.
Moon eyes. Not to be a bummer, but most wasabi isn't actually wasabi. It's horseradish with green coloring, which is true. Yeah.
Oh.
But it's still spicy.
Oh, yeah,
It still has a hot.
Not a bummer at all. I'm fully aware, especially the American wasabi is just horseradish with food coloring. But I like it. I still like it.
Better than nothing? It depends on the sushi roll, though, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really does.
I think we brought this up before. I have discovered, I don't care for jalapenos on my sushi. That is not a flavor that works with sushi for me. It's like, this is hot, but yeah, don't like it.
Yeah. I pick my sushi off of the menu by eliminating everything that has crab on it, and that gets rid of 80 to 95% of the menu.
Right.
And then I go from there.
Okay.
I really like unagi, so if it has that, that gets it a point up. But yeah, if it has crab in it, I avoid it.
You avoid it.
Yeah.
Now...
Because most of the crab's artificial crab.
That's what I was going to ask
But
about.
even the real crab, I don't know, it's just... I know that...
Well, real crab kind of tastes like artificial crab, so I can understand why you wouldn't like both.
Yes. I don't not like crab, it's just on sushi. I know that specifically, I don't like crab in my sushi.
Okay. I'm not trying to convince you differently.
No. I've tried lots of sushi, and it's like, I like it except for, this one has crab in it. So it makes it easy when trying to pick sushi at a restaurant because you can eliminate 90% of the menu. Just, I don't want crab in it. And then I go for the one if it has unagi. It's my next.
Okay.
Yeah. Filter, I guess you could say.
I'm kind of all over the place with sushi.
Yeah, except for my favorite one over at, where is it? It's over by Blix, the arigatos.
Oh, okay.
Right by Blix. They're my favorite because I like their 49er and their happy roll.
Right.
And it's buy one, get one free there.
Okay. I haven't been to arigatos yet.
Really?
Yeah.
It's right next to Blick.
It is right next to Blick.
And they are delicious.
Blick is delicious. Okay.
Don't eat foam.
No, don't eat
no
foam.
No more eating foam.
No, don't eat foam.
Yes, but...
And the stuff you can't eat at Blake, it really isn't stuff I should be eating anyway. It's a bunch of candy and treat crap that I just don't need.
Yeah.
So
should we double glue these? I mean...
that is actually probably a really good idea.
Just because of the nature of what this piece actually has to do. He's using hot glue.
Right, which, I hadn't even thought about that, so thank you for bringing that up. We absolutely should double glue this.
So I love hot glue. I also feel like you need a license for it to operate a glue gun because people do it so wrong all the time. It can go wrong so easily. But,
okay, so are you going to do a video on the right way to use a glue gun?
Oh, no, definitely. I'll show you all the wrong ways.
And then at the end, you can provide a link in the description to download your license to use a glue gun.
There you go.
This is my behind-the-scenes fashion license for using a glue gun. Felicia said so.
My aunt made those slippers out of menstrual pads with the bows on top, and I told her I'm going to revoke your hot glue gun license, but I was laughing hilariously.
Okay.
But I don't like dealing with some of the complicated issues. The clunking, the bowl.
This is hot glue or menstrual pads?
Both.
Oh, okay.
You know, the clumping.
Yes. Totally.
Right? But I like using I want to say rubber cement out of habit, but the contact cement.
Getting a contact eye.
But I think it should need to double layers to be able to have that same gripping power of the hot glue. Took a lot to say that.
It did. It's all right.
Hot glue does a good job, and it's great, and it's one of my preferred glues, but I like the delicateness or the properties of contact cement, the basic properties. The fact that I can dissolve it with stuff if I need to redo it for any reason. With solvents. Jeez Louise, I cannot talk. Are we live? You guys watching me fumble through this?
Boy, and I'm just sitting here letting you do it because I'm just...
actually working?
Actually thinking about what I'm doing, yeah.
Yeah, this actually has to glue to that. So,
glue it on the right way and thinking about, Evil Ted Smith, because it's the first place I saw somebody talk about putting on 2 layers of contact cement.
But it makes a huge difference.
Oh, it does.
Again, video not out, but the dress form, you really need to double glue those.
Oh, you really need to see the... No, sorry.
No. Yeah, no. But it makes a huge difference, especially when you're putting stress on seams in foam.
Yeah. Yeah,
and this is probably going to be the most stressful part because this is probably where we get to hide the most mechanics.
Actually, stuff's going to go in here, and even though it'll still be attached to the back. So I totally agree that all of these should be double done, and I'm sitting here very delicate. Double glued.
Double cement. Yes. Okay. Moon Eye says, real wasabi is such a misery to grow. It's really rare, thus massively expensive. Makes sense.
Yep. I also thought something with the soil or the climate or something in the U.S. wasn't really good for the Japanese horseradish. So they just...
I feel like we can science dirt now these days if you really needed to. Like we grow bananas in England in the 1900s. I feel like things are possible. We've genetically engineered plants our entire existence.
Should be possible, but it is probably way too much of a pain in the ass.
But there's like that art of the nature. You can't beat it. Anyways.
Right. Just like monkfish makes a really good artificial crab.
Yeah, and then Danda's Junk says, found out a method to sneeze rather quietly if you're a loud sneezer like me. Exhale as much as you can before you achoo. It may feel like your chest will explode, but you'll be fine.
Oh, okay.
I will try that. Probably the next time I sneeze in 5 seconds.
Yeah, now we're talking about it.
Yeah, hopefully I don't have to sneeze anymore, right? And Iana says, bless you again.
Nice.
And for the habanero sauce is the spicy scalloped hand roll, and there is a roll I love called the Heart Attack, and it's a jalapeno popper with the spicy tuna. Question, is the jalapeno poppers cheddar or cream cheese? Because I feel like in a sushi roll, I would prefer the cream cheese, but overall on jalapeno poppers, I am die-hard cheddar. Die-hard cheddar.
I think I'm okay with either one when it comes to poppers, but yeah, cream cheese is great in sushi rolls.
Right?
Yeah.
So I feel like
there was a wasabi house up in Citrus Heights.
Yeah.
Put cream cheese in a lot of their stuff, and that was good.
So cream cheese jalapeno poppers totally work in sushi for me. But other than that, I'm die-hard cheddar.
Right. So, Yanalith, I think you were watching when I was talking about it. I'm going to be down in Anaheim first weekend of April for WonderCon. So,
I love that you know where everybody is.
Yeah, well, LA's so damn big, it could still be hours for for them to get there, but I try.
Right? Moon Eye says, I love hot glue, in parentheses, is the new form of hot sauce I haven't heard of, since we're talking spices.
That is not a 10 words challenge I want to do. I'm still chewing.
Oh, Lordy, I was that kid who used to chew hot glue. Tell me if you weren't. No.
I don't think I've ever chewed hot glue, actually, to be honest. I don't think I have. I was the kid that would paint the palms of my hands with white glue. And then
peel it off.
And then peel it off and all the other pinning, not pinning, all the other painting stuff. I used to get
in my poor mother's art supplies all the time. She could not keep me out of them.
I would take all the you got teaspoons and soup spoons. I would take all the soup spoons because they would dig the perfect trough in the yard for the Hot Wheels to fit in. So Mom, had like one soup spoon. She was
Yeah.
She's happy to point that out to me when I inherited some silverware from her. It's like, yep, here you go, with the one spoon that you get to keep. All the others you took out in the yard.
I feel like the pettiness was just waiting. Like, oh my gosh.
So.
I love it, though. I love it. Oh.
I need to get up to Oregon and visit my mom. I realized that recently, of all the weird things to realize that she's come down twice now to visit me. It's my turn to go up and visit her.
You should go visit your mom.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I got a little bit concerned that whole thing occurred to me, too. It's like, oh, is there something, the universe telling me something?
All right, after you get that on, we should probably go live. Because we have like 2 minutes before noon.
Okay.
But, so before we go noon, let's
Before we go noon, yes. So everyone, thank you who's been tuning in, because you are the elite. You are the ones that makes this show go. What is it the pack lids say? we need Jordy. Jordy makes us go. I need my patrons. My patrons make me go.
Right.
So thank you guys so very much.
Yes, and now people are talking. Shady Dragon's going, now I'm hungry. And Sinister Props goes, I'm a hot pepper friend. I grow ghost peppers and everything in between. Eating those peppers is an instant regret, but it makes you feel alive. Haha.
Yep. Read about a couple of restaurants that got really tired of customers that come in and complain about things aren't hot enough. So they would grow ghost peppers and habaneros and underwater them with the intention of making them hotter.
No, I can respect.
So they had their death peppers, yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm friends with people who love spicy stuff, and they are the ones who will love the meticulous compliance of please make it that spicy. Right. I'm not that person.
Right.
I thoroughly know that I am not that person, but I can appreciate people who are like, no, give me the kill.
There was a place, they've changed ownership unfortunately, but there was a place that made Indian food close to home that was great fun to go into because, do you want it spicy? Do you want it medium? And I say, I would like it Indian spicy, please. And everyone always kind of look at me like,
you know what you're asking for, right?
Yes, go ahead.
No, I do not appreciate that kind of spicy. I know I cannot handle it. It's time to go live. It is exactly noon for us.
Woo! So for the 13 of you who've been concurrently watching, thank you so very, very much.
And welcome. Thank you.
I'll put this into a playlist. Ghostbusters Proton Pack build. Live streams. Done.
I love this.
Save.
Random line I read is, I'll leave the electronics lessons to someone else. I know just enough to be dangerous.
Yep, there you go. Oh, Miss Mary Mac, I wish I could eat spicy, but I'm always in pain. Jury Rig Props is asking if I'm watching. Well, they're asking me. I'll assume you're asking me because I'm a narcissist and this show's all about me. I have not watched the new seasons of Picard. I've seen some really cool photos. I need to watch seasons of Picard. I just finally watched the Adam Project last night. Yeah, I haven't finished the first season, so I've got a lot of commitment for Picard. But I should, because got a friend that comes by here all the time. He works with John here in the shop, and he loves talking about Star Trek, and I think it bugs Graham a little bit that I haven't watched Picard yet.
So we can't geek out about it.
Geek out about it.
Yeah.
Hey, it's noon. We clicked over to the public live stream, and I interrupted Felicia.
That's okay. I didn't realize we were live.
But we are live. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Monday Odin Makes live stream. Hello, I'm Odin.
Hi, I'm Felicia. Nice to meet y'all.
Nice to meet you guys. And we are here today with Toby and Bruno, who are sitting right at our feet because they want to be right up next to us, which I take as a compliment. And we are working on the Proton Pack.
Yes, we have our thought baubles.
We have our thought baubles.
Yep, they're getting glued. We're doing 2 layers of glue, possibly 3, because it might have dried. But why are we doing multiple layers of glue?
I think there's 2 layers on these now.
Yeah, but not this.
Not that one yet. No. Why are we doing... So with contact cement, all you really need to do is paint the liquid contact cement on part A and then paint some onto part B. And once they dry, once they no longer look like they're wet, they work just like paper stickers. And you can just lay them together and, and then they make contact and they stick and they cement. Evil Ted Smith, when I was watching his videos, this is the first place I saw it, so I like crediting him for it, although, whatever. that 2 layers of contact cement on EVA foam seems to do a really good job. The first layer, EVA foam isn't really all that porous, but it seems to seep in. It seems to not. So the second layer sits on top of that first dried layer, and now you've really got a gummy surface, and the 2 things stick together much, much better.
Significantly better.
Significantly better.
They can handle tension
Yeah.
and...
Of course, the other side to this is you need to be extra careful about where you're sticking it because you don't get a second chance.
You'll have to use chemicals to dissolve it if you do mess up.
Pretty much, which thankfully, thank you, Bill Duran, we figured out which chemicals we need to dissolve contact cement.
Naphtha.
And yeah, naphtha. And if you do watch Bill Duran's video on that, he'll give the actual appreciation to the person that pointed it out to him. But
Is this 2 layers?
no, that is
Okay.
1. And then there's the final one that needs 2 layers.
Okay.
At that point, because I did these 2, and then we went live.
Yes. Okay, so we're...
Yes. So, hello!
Welcome.
So last week, Felicia was just out, and so Lee... wow, I can't believe that if I'm not looking at his name, I don't have any... so Geek Pride, Lee from Geek Pride was here. I have no confidence in pronouncing the man's last name without actually looking at the letters. And even then, I questioned my ability to read actual English last names. So Geek Pride was here last week. So Felicia's back. Hi! It's nice having you back.
Did y'all miss me?
Yes.
Not at all.
No, we did.
I heard you guys saw puppets.
We had puppets.
I
Yes.
want to meet Miss Piggy.
Kermit and it was Kermit the Bear and Fozzie the Frog were here. Actually said that, I think, not aware of me saying it wrong, twice. And Lee just grinned and let me do it. So Lee's got a collection of Muppets. He has Kermit, Fozzie, Miss Piggy, Gonzo, Animal, and he's working on his own Rolf. But all the others are... well, no, the Kermit was a replica he actually picked up right over here from Toy Fusion. All of a sudden, it's like, it's not Al's Toy Barn.
Is that the place downtown? In
No,
Old
it's just right over here, right by Arby's and the place we shot Time Traveling Pickup Artist.
Really?
Yeah, Toy Fusion, and they're a collectible toy store / they're not a comic shop, but kind of like a comic shop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, took me a second.
That's okay.
Yes, okay.
So he found Kermit there, but all the other 4 that he's got are actually made by an ex-Henson employee. So they're as accurate replica as you can get.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
They look pretty legit.
They do.
Too legit to quit.
Too legit to quit. And even got the right type of fleece has finally been manufactured again. So.
Yeah, I heard the brand names. But
Yeah.
I don't remember what they were off the top of my head.
I can't even remember how to pronounce the guy's last name. I don't remember the brand name of the fleece. Hey.
So, we got Shizzle saying, "Hey Odin,"
Hello, Shizzle Shizzle.
and Gary Rigprop saying, "The floodgates are open." And Team Ghost, "Yay, it's 3 o'clock for me. Odin is live."
Welcome to 3 o'clock for Team Ghost to the Odin Makes live stream. Hello, Team Ghost.
And Paul Brooks says, "Hello from the UK."
Sweet. Hello, Paul.
ND Gamer 2099.
2099. Oh, okay.
Hello, Odin and Felicia. Just got on your stream, so welcome.
So there's a whole Marvel series that came out while I was working in a comic shop. It was the Marvel 2099 series. You had the Spider-Man 2099, I think Morbius, and there was a couple other titles. Is that why your name's 2099?
No, there's just 2098 other people who...
Oh, that was it. 2098 other people that had the name Michael?
Something like that.
Yeah, I hate when that happens.
Yeah.
We had a friend that was like Mr. Master or something like that. And it was 2000. It wasn't anything that really specifically made sense. Because at the time, that obviously wasn't his birth year either. Yeah. Just gave that guy so much grief over what? Was Mr. Master's 1999 taken?
Usernames, right?
Right.
We got PJC 2.0 saying, "What's up, Doc Odin?"
Hello, PJC 2.0.
And Eonolith says, "Yay, NAFTA!"
Yes. Yay, MAFTA? Yes.
Oh,
wow, the whole idea of MAFTA instead of NAFTA. It's just math.
Right, NAFTA.
Right.
And then we got Ralph Mork saying, "Hello to all in chat."
Hello, Ralph.
And then It's Serja. I'm pronouncing everything wrong. There's a dollar sign in that. I'm assuming it's an S.
Oh, okay.
It says, love from India.
Oh, hello to India.
Welcome.
Hello, Serja.
Yeah.
And that would actually be a great username. I'm pronouncing everything wrong. Hello, I'm pronouncing everything wrong.
Yeah.
Hey, Ralph, over the weekend, Stupid Monkey and I built a zoo next to Spawn in Minecraft. It was a lot of fun. And we are specifically collecting animals from the wild. As a moderator or whatever, I have the ability to just create things out of thin air.
So you could create.
I could create the animals. There's one I did create. Apparently, the Vorpal Bunny from Monty
You have
Python is
all the power.
there. I have all the power.
Almighty
All the power.
Odin.
But I agreed with Monkey that it'd be more fun to have this zoo where we're only collecting things
That people have caught.
that are naturally spawning in the world. You know.
Oh, okay.
And got super excited when I realized that we could use there's an animal lead in the game. It's like a leash. I was able to lasso a squid, which I had no idea I could do.
Well, the things you learn, right?
The things you learn.
And then James Allen says, it's Antron Fleece. So, if you guys need to go support Muppets or want to make your own, get some Antron Fleece.
Okay.
Marvel Guy, good to see you again, Odin and Felicia. Good to see you too, Marvel Guy.
Good to see you, Marvel Guy.
And it's Sergio Love from India some more and saying help, and there's a lot of craziness, but hello, welcome.
There is a lot of health and craziness in the world right now, that is for sure.
Stupid Monkey says those animals are freaking stupid. I started off with 3 bears, and only one made it back.
Wow. Okay, I was wondering why you only had the one bear, but
Hey, Odin.
he's pretty big, so yeah.
No, I was just started to read something, and then I missed the name tag, and it started with Hey, Odin.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Dan Judge says, happy spring, chew!
Yes.
Maybe it's spring, but I assume it's the dust.
In here it's probably the dust. I didn't grind much of anything new.
No, I know,
But we're disturbing all this stuff, so.
yeah, like, I don't know. Dust hates me. Nim Blue says, hello, Felicia and Odin. Have you tasted salty licorice? I can't pronounce that. I'm sorry. And do you want to? Have I tried salty licorice? My mom really likes licorice. She's like a big black licorice fan. But I like those mints that are like the lavender, anise, fancy mints that you get that are in the pretty tins because they come in pretty tins.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes. I don't think those are salty. So no, I don't think I've had salty licorice.
Wow. I'm squinting hard because I can't read. I don't have it up over here. Anyway, I was trying to see the one you were trying. No, I'd be totally happy to try whatever licorice this is.
Salty licorice.
Salty licorice. If you want to send salty licorice to the P.O. box listed in the description of this video, assuming you're not going to, soak it in strychnine first, we'll eat it on screen. I'd really appreciate it if you didn't doctor it.
DGamer 2099 says Mechagodzilla will come alive like the Five Nights at Freddy characters and attack you.
Attack you. I hope not.
Sup. He is kind of hollow, so I feel like I could take him. Yeah, he's pretty lightweight. Like, I can... I feel like I could punch a hole in him. Like, it's not that difficult to break cosplay.
You could probably punch him pretty good and break him, yeah. He's
right?
not...
He looks really tough. He looks metal, but I would rather he came to life.
Than... Signed autographs.
Right?
Wow, this is... There we go.
Okay, my name is Sergio from India.
Uh-huh. Oh, Sergio, okay.
India.
Well, good evening to you in India.
Yeah.
It's what, 10 o'clock?
Yeah. Thomas Huge TV says, hello, Mechagodzilla does not look menacing at all.
No, a little bit.
No.
Although apparently he's staring at me with disappointment. Disappointed!
Yes. Yes, Moon Eye says salmi aki is Finnish salty licorice.
Oh, okay.
Sounds like something my mom would like.
I love how Moon Eyes knows what it is.
I'm impressed. Bruno? Oh, okay. I hear him and I'm like, what's going on?
What are you rooting for here, dog?
He's trying to get over here and he can't quite get over that package of paper.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in the floor. Still haven't quite recovered the shop from the arcane build. So Moon Eyes, thank you once again. I had some of the Lapsang tea this morning. It was great.
Okay. The Lord Mighty Kingfire says, Odin, good to see you again.
Hello, Lord Mighty Kingfire. Hello, my Lord Mighty Kingfire.
Yes. Oh, look it's dimensional.
It's dimensional.
So, the right size and it fits?
I curved it a little bit, but it's, yeah, well, it went over, but I believe it's intentional for it to be a little long, if I remember in the video. It seems to fit.
Looks aight.
Looks aight.
So did you overlap it so that this thing met up with that corner?
Yeah, I would start with the corner under your finger. So I did here, and then almost immediately it went off.
Right?
Which just bugged the snot out of me, but I went with it because I'd rather just grind these things to more...
You know what your
yeah.
capabilities are?
Then I suddenly had self-doubt. No, I put it on the right way. It goes that way. It doesn't go around the edge. It's like, wait a minute, did I do that wrong? No, I'm okay.
Don't do it the way I do it, children. What would my mom say? Do as I say, not as I do.
Yep, that's a very common parent thing to say. Hello.
I know, I'm not paying attention
I
to
shouldn't
him.
make
How
dog
dare
noises because he'll make a lot of dog noises back.
Right?
I'm going to reach and grab the cement. It is a nice day outside, and we are the only ones in the building, so it is kind of nice to have Toby and Bruno visiting today.
They like coming for sure.
They do.
You smoosh it, and you smoosh it, and you smoosh it. Yeah. I started at this one.
Oh, whatever.
I was like, if the part that people most likely will see lines up first, and then I'll go down from there. But like you said, just grind it.
Right.
Just smoosh it.
Well, I cut out the parts, because I'm following the directions. But, yeah, probably would have been smarter to draw the pattern out, glue the parts together, and then cut them out. What's funny is I didn't V-cut it, but I'm wondering if...
Dangerous Junk says it looks like we're cutting out those giant foam fingers. Making this giant foam. Remember what?
Yep. Basically. So here, just inhale a fuse.
So now it's the other one.
Now it's the other one, which I haven't put glue on yet. And this is going to be, it probably talks about it, I hope. We're going to need to trim one or the other in order for these to
We
fit.
can cross off, we just did this part. Did that. Glue longer strips to the outside edge of the speech bubble. There you go. Starting at the center of the segment you just marked and lining up each cut with the strip. Each corner going around the bottom edge. Did that.
Did that.
Longer strip. Bottom towards the
Been there, did that.
narrow. Sometimes I write steps down that I've already completed so I can just cross it off the list because that's my favorite part of a project is the crossing it off the list. Oh, hi, Bruno.
Sense of accomplishment.
Sense of accomplishment right there, right? Oh, H7O Polo says smoosh it.
Smoosh it.
Smoosh it. Yes. Gotta smoosh it and smoosh it and smoosh it. You know, you could do a knockoff channel instead of Smosh. It's Smoosh.
Smoosh.
Just Smoosh.
Shut up!
Oh, I miss them so much. DGamer2099 says, "Can you take my chihuahuas, please? They bark all the time."
I've got chihuahuas at home. I'm good. Plus, I'm sure your chihuahuas love you very much.
Yes. H70 Polo says, "Funny because that shape resembles the shmoo."
It does resemble the shmoo. Just a little bit.
Lego Man 22,597. Hello from Scotland. How are you both?
Hello.
And question, and Q Felicia, are you Jessica Jones today? No.
Oh, funny.
I'm the bad guy. I'm a bank robber. You got the stripes and then the jet. No, I don't know.
Jessica Jones does wear a leather jacket most of the time. You know, because it's a material that'll actually be able to keep up with her indestructibility. So.
Oh no, I'm not opposed to it.
Not as indestructible as Luke Cage, if I remember right. But yeah, anyway.
It's pretty resilient of a fabric.
Yeah,
I
it
can
is.
see it. Team Ghost says chemicals.
Chemicals. Better living through chemicals.
Okay, Bruno, you can behave down there. Stay. Good boy. Look at him. Yeah. Alright. Okay, trim the longer strip right in line with the corner where it ends. It's a good idea to use a square to mark this cut so that you end up with a nice perpendicular edge at the edge.
That's the one there. You feel free to
Just cut it.
just cut it. If you think you can cut it with a, you know, and get it square, just whatever. Just go for it. You want me to do it? Fine. But pressure.
Which I know what we have to do, but I'm trying to think of how to attack this problem. You know what I mean?
I would probably take, just a me thing, I would probably take the 1, 2, 3 block and use that as a guide to cut it. I was fully expecting you to grab a pair of scissors and just go for it.
Just snap it.
I was expecting you to do that.
Scissors will smoosh it when you do the
It
cut,
will.
and it's not the right type of a cut
All
for
right.
this thick of a foam.
I'm going to agree with you.
But I also want a guide, and that's why I'm like this. I don't have 1, 2, 3 blocks, so I would try and like.
Gotcha.
You know, but that's like, oh yeah, that makes complete sense because then it will fit right there, and then you
Right.
can,
Yeah. So I would lay the shmoo down, and then you just, and wherever you do it from that side if you want, and then you know it's there. If you want to line it up visually on the inside, if you want to do both.
Or both, right? Having the right tools makes the job so much easier. Now, what are the right tools? I don't know.
The ones you like.
Exactly, the ones you have.
Because there's definitely more ways to do this. I mean, I've got the combination square that we could set up that you could, but this is just way easier.
Right. And it needs to line up right here.
And if you got Legos, you can make your own 1, 2, 3 blocks. They won't have any mass. They won't, weigh anything down, but you'll get a right angle.
Jeez, I feel like I'm gonna break something.
that really asinine, dumb humor of no, not like that. Suddenly, for whatever reason, comes to mind.
Right? Oh yeah, no.
No, that's not.
I already
needed.
screwed it up. It's okay.
Oh, okay, good.
It's all right. Not like that, people. Don't do it like that.
Welcome to the Odin Makes channel. We'll show you 8 ways to do it wrong.
Right? There's a million ways to do anything wrong. I'm glad that this is going to need another edge because this is totally stuck and it's gonna. I'm not gonna use chemicals. I'm just gonna brute force rip this.
Yeah, brute force rip. That's fine.
Don't let people. There's only just a little bit of a chunk.
Yeah, that's fine. Right.
You saw nothing.
I'm now very terrified of you and hangnails.
You should be. Looks straight.
Good. Again!
Oh, I can screw two up. That's all right.
Oh, good.
Let's
good,
do
good.
it.
Yeah, as long as they're both screwed up.
Yes.
Matching screw up.
Dan Does Jump says 1, 2, 3 blocks are a must for crafting. I started using them recently, and I highly recommend them.
Yeah, definitely. It is something that. Yeah, thank you, Adam Savage. Never would have considered these as a crafting tool, but yeah, they're about $5 a piece. I think or is it $10 a piece now? They're like $20 for a set of two, but. Yeah, they're great as paperweights. They're fantastic straight edges. I use them to make sure that my bandsaw and my disc sander's square.
I only use them when I steal yours. I don't have my own 1, 2, 3 blocks. But I use pattern weight. I'm trying to think of all the different things that I had that I use instead of these.
Right.
Just a set of these would be so much easier.
It would be.
Right?
Hey,
Eventually.
Stupid Monkey just posted the box of tools. That's our Minecraft version of the studio.
Oh yeah, and the tools that I'm borrowing.
There's a box in there of all the tools that Felicia's stolen.
I still have those scissors.
That's fine.
Those may not end up coming back. I have really
whatever.
been using them. Shh, don't tell.
I won't tell Odin.
Don't tell Odin. I feel like I'm cutting bread now. I'm doing this all wrong. Don't tell.
Oh. As I enjoy pointing out, bread is a type of foam.
It is, isn't it?
It is. You mix it up and then it foams up, then you eat it.
You're eating bubbles.
Yep. And you shift my weight again, dogs. There we are.
Iana Liz says, Felicia, it reminds me of the outfit Bananarama wore in their videos back in the day, LOL.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know, I feel like it has that jailbird look, that 1950s jailbird.
Yeah.
Stripes with the classic leather motorcycle jacket with the
Yeah.
Yeah. Classics. They're never gonna go out of style.
No, they're not.
Marble Guy wants to know, Odin, how's Joe doing on his airbrushing skills?
I'm sure he's doing just fine. Joe has been taking some classes and has not done any airbrushing for a little while. So.
Yeah. He's been working on expanding his mind.
He's been working on expanding his mind.
Moon Eye says, release the shmoo. Garrison Mathis says hi. Hi.
Hi. That. I'm just going to super glue the edges,
Ralph
I think.
Mork says, I use the ingots I cast to weigh stuff down.
Yes,
I
you
have little
would.
weighted bin bags. Those are my favorite pattern weights currently.
The
But
weighted
when I'm
bean
at
bags are
home,
nice.
I use tuna cans.
Oh, okay.
Like, I got nice washers. I actually do have an ingot from inside of those old windows. You know how they had the little bars?
Oh, yeah. The
I
counterweight for the window.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those make great pattern weights when you're doing big area. But often I just find myself grabbing tuna cans
All right.
for fabric weights.
Sure. You and Hobbs, totally happy.
Right?
Yeah.
Is that why that stuff always comes out? No. Moon Eye says, proper 1, 2, 3 blocks are necessary for lining, squaring, basing, supporting any sort of build. Yeah, they really are very handy. I'm not going to lie. I steal yours all the time when I'm here. But I do not have a set at home. Yet.
If you have a set of 1, 2, 3 blocks you want to send to Felicia for behind the scenes fashion, there's a P.O. box right in the description of this video. You know, they were super awesome. They did come together and get you a hot glue gun.
No, I know. I was
guys,
super
thank
impressed.
you for that. That was cool.
I built a big project the other day at home, and I realized how many things I just don't have right now since I moved. You know, just clearing out. And it's interesting. Like, you don't know how many things you need until you're building a project, and you realize, I
wait.
I don't have this. I don't have this power tool, or I don't have this weird. So many weird tools that I need. I ran out to my backyard and grabbed the clippers because there was a support.
You use clippers in a craft project?
A dress, actually. I was laughing because I ran outside because I couldn't. I just needed something to snip what was being used as quote unquote boning.
Okay.
And the only thing that I could think of without having to dig through everything was the clippers that I had outside. And I ran outside and I ran back in and people were asking me, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm sewing."
Oh, you actually had guests? So you actually had an audience for doing this?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
People were asking questions. Oh, it turned out great. But I also did realize that how little of having the right tools makes the job so much easier. Yes. Yes. But. Yeah. D-Gamer 2099 wants to know, what's the most useful skills you have learned from each other?
Tolerance. No, you've actually shown me an awful lot with sewing, because I keep coming to you with sewing questions because I trust your authority on that, and so you've shown me quite a bit. I do very much appreciate that, because that helps a lot. It's the sewing knowledge I had is what I figured out, which is yeah. And then you do have. I do appreciate your better done than perfect. So
my sloppy work ethic.
Semi-sloppy work ethic. Yep.
Yeah. I learned definitely foam smithing from you because that first project we worked on.
Yep.
I'm coming at it at cardboard and anyways. Long story short. Foam. I learned a lot of chemicals. Problem solving. Literally, solvents.
Literally, solvents.
Let's solve this problem.
Okay, I really want to put a thing here.
Is that
it really
where,
looks like it
that
should
something
be like that.
is going, but let's wait till we see what goes there because I feel like that's there for a reason. Cross this off. Trim the longer strip. Did that. Back at the bottom of the speech bubble.
Doing the thing. Doing the thing. Doing the thing. Doing the thing. Jumping ahead. Doing another thing.
Yep, I think that's what it's supposed to do, that step. Cut a 63 centimeter long strip of foam for the leftovers of the side strips. Glue on. No loop.
Okay. Well, that's all right. I will wait, but I'm pretty sure something like that's going to happen.
Right?
I'm pretty sure.
Eventually, we're getting there. We have an actual bigger looking piece now.
Right.
It's probably gonna look like something when we put them together.
Yes, it probably will.
It hasn't for a while. So I feel like that's a monument.
Yeah, Lee and I did that last week. I think we were, or no, you and I did.
Yeah,
stacking all the parts.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
Where we had boxes and hey, this is gonna look like something soon. I think it's actually gonna look like stuff.
Very soon.
Very soon.
It's like time to buy electronics soon.
Miss Mary Mac says Joe is becoming a smarty pants.
He's becoming a smarty pants. That is right. A certified smarty pants. He's going to school, which will give him a receipt so he can prove that he's a smarty pants.
Right. I got one of those. Haven't shown anyone. Most of my jobs has not required it.
63 centimeter
Although my
long.
most recent job is the first job in a long time that's actually asked for my degree.
No, that's a cyclotron thing.
So. Hellboy RP says awesome work.
Thank you, Hellboy RP.
Steve D, looking forward to my first con of the year here in UK, Mechagon in Birmingham. If anyone else will be there. So it's con season.
Oh, con season's coming, yeah.
I feel like it's ball season. It's con season.
It's con season, yeah, and it's con season with a vengeance because
everybody's had time to work on their cosplays and they need to come out and be seen, right?
Right? No.
No.
remember seeing online that a lot of people actually didn't work out cosplays. It was all very...
You have all the good intentions, and
Yeah.
they never actually...
Didn't actually happen.
Moon Eyes says, better good enough now than perfect next month.
Yes, you can make it perfect next month.
Your friend Way Nerd says, Pico.
Hey, Pico Aynard.
Super Monkey says, becoming? Joe's always been a smarty pants, but he will be certified.
He's a certified smarty pants. Maneuvering around dogs.
They're being so good.
They are. They've been really good.
Toby just really wanted to come today, and I was like, fine, Bruno, you can come too.
Bruno's being really good.
I know. I am so happy of them.
And we're saying their names, and they're all excited. You're talking about me. Yes, 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 we are.
They know their names.
Yes, they do. They hear it often enough. Right, so I actually need to cut another one of these because
You only got one of them?
there was I didn't read the instructions. I just went off the pattern pieces, so I didn't cut. This is cut from the leftovers, and I had cut a bunch of the leftovers up for other things because I could. Not that I like cut them up wasted. It was all for this project.
But, okay. No, makes sense.
Double checking that
Yes.
I'll have another strip hiding somewhere.
Is this the 63 centimeter?
This one's 63 centimeters, yes.
Okay, so this is the strip that we're doing now.
Yeah. So this one just needs to be glued thusly, and I will need to cut another one at that size.
Okay.
And I think it just would be easier to cut another one that size at this point.
Right than it is to just like hunt down.
To hunt down where one might be, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. Oh, you don't seem to be upset. Ever so lightly kick Toby in the butt.
Toby doesn't notice nor care. He will come and just like go under my feet while I'm walking and
Ow. Alright, so
Moon Eyes 2K says at Odin Makes, Brainwave isn't a bad name. Try Buggerton Smith, pronounce Burton Smith, or Featherstone Hugh, pronounce Fenshue, because British names.
because British names. I'm not yeah.
Yet none of those did I even say remotely right. Do you want to use this one as a guide?
Here we go. That's what I want.
Oh, there you go. Because I got glue on it.
Yeah, which is okay. Actually, I was going to, but then I told you to glue it, and you did, which was great.
So,
So,
dang being ahead.
yep, it's all
Um,
good.
Undead Wiccan says the Mecha Godzilla looks awesome, by the way. Is there another
Thank
cosplay
you.
you've yet to accomplish that you aspire to do anytime soon? Or
Well, not anytime soon. Yeah, I would love to do the Mosquito armor. I'd love to do the motorbike, transferring motorbike from Robotech the New Generation. It's like Scott Bernard's armor. That would be cool. Started doing that in the late 80s, early 90s out of cardboard. And yeah, I'm glad that project stopped. I wouldn't mind doing, whoops. Where did my video go?
you lost your video.
It totally like killed my whole train of thought. Of course, Joe and I talk about how nice it would be to make a Zaku to go along with his Gundam. I would love to play with our sizes. Joe is 5'2", 5'3", and I'm 6 foot. So if we make Joe look like Kratos, who's a 6'4" character, I can then be the larger monster, and that makes me happy because in photos we'll look great.
It's all about perspective.
All about perspective. So those are some of the things that I've thought about. I think Soundwave would be an awesome cosplay to make. That was always one of my favorite Decepticons.
Yes. All the projects.
All the projects. What am I trying to get accomplished? Making a stand for Mechagodzilla, making some more Lego pieces. And super excited that this week I should be getting some hockey sticks from Stupid Monkey, who sent me the tracking info. And the hockey sticks, I think Guts' Berserk Sword is going to finally happen, because a hockey stick is going to be a perfect core for a Berserk Sword, which is just a wee little sword. It's a tiny little thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Put legs on it and you have a coffee table.
I feel like you could make a coffee table out of that sword.
Uh-huh, yep. Same thing with Cloud swords. They're all coffee table swords.
Oh, there you go. You know, good way to store them.
Yeah.
No, honey, this is just more furnishing.
Yeah. Much easier than trying to convince your significant other to put a Megazord in the living room. Somebody mentioned that like an hour ago in the chat.
Right? I was like, you gotta put a star on top instead of a Christmas tree.
Yes. Oh, I've talked about this story before, but that reminds me. Can I quote Racing Arizona? I've talked about this before, but I had to make Halloween decorations for the manufacturing department at Play. So Steve Lippman and I got some cheap Halloween masks and some cheap Halloween fabric and some spray foam and some aluminum wire, and made these like big whatever, just spray foam hands on plastic draped over stuff, then painted it because they just had to hang up in the ceiling. They didn't have to touch anything. And, the Halloween monster. And so they just kind of hung up there. And sometimes when the AC would turn on, the tatters would flutter a little. So they worked really well. We didn't bother to take them down, and it's getting really close to Christmas, so we come in with Santa Claus hats and the Santa Claus beard, and put all the Santa. And there was a spider in the corner, and I found some little tiny Santa Claus hats at the dollar store. So we put a little tiny Santa Claus hat on top of it. So then it starts getting in danger of being close to Valentine's Day, and we get told we have to take them down because otherwise we'll put bunny ears on them. So
Right? Nightmare Before Christmas really helps you blur the lines, doesn't it?
Yep.
Yes. Undead Wiccan says, sorry for unveiling your train of thought there. No, don't worry about it. I do that to Odin all the time.
Oh, yeah. I'm pretty easy to derail.
Steve D says, we haven't heard any stories from the comic book shop. Do any spring to mind?
You haven't heard any stories from the comic book shop?
Well, not today.
Not today, yeah. So, yeah, sure. I got to do a giant foam build. When I was working at the comic shop, I took the class at community college for making puppets. And that was my first big introduction to using just sheet foam, couch foam that's like an inch thick or 3/4 of an inch thick, and making large puppets. We were doing a fantasy themed thing, so I made a large dragon puppet. About a year later, if that long, Dungeons and Dragons decided that they were going to have Dragon Month. And it was like July, I think. I think it was, but it's like July '94 or whatever it is. And I convinced the comic shop to let me build a couple of like full-size dragons based off this puppet head and do a display in the shop. And of course they agreed to it because one of the things I said is I'll pay for the whole thing to build it, so I'll do the contest that way. If I win, I can actually win the money. But if you guys still have the stuff either way, right? I'm not using the comic shop's money. I had friends at Tower that never won any of their prizes because Tower paid for everything. I get the dragons made. I think I came in second place, which was cool. But what I really won was there was a redhead that came in one morning and was looking at the dragons and was talking about them. Was like, who made the dragons? What's going on with this? And the guy at work, he said, oh yeah, Odin made those. And she's like, what? Odin made those? It's like, yeah, he works here. He'll be here this afternoon. So she waited all day until I showed up, and then talked to me all day after I showed up because I made these dragons. And then, yeah. Anyway, I married her. Let's fast forward to, that's Ellis. That's my wife.
It was interesting. I'm like, hey, I've heard this story before, but not from you. I heard it from them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was like, hey, is that the drag? I think that's the dragon.
That's the dragon, yep. So that's how I met your mother.
Well, not mine, but.
Foam.
Yes.
Yes.
So there you go. I think that's a very good story from the comic book shop.
Yep.
The best story.
Probably the best story in the comic book shop.
Stupid Monkey says, I love that story.
Oh, good. Yes, I think Stupid Monkey's heard it before.
Ernest Ben, who was the big sucky dog in Felicia's arms? Well, that's the little one.
That's the little one.
That's Bruno. You don't talk about Bruno. Toby's right there. I think you can kind of see him on camera 3.
On 3?
Right, kind
Can
of.
you see him down there?
His head's like right there. Toby,
Oh, nice.
high five. Yeah, no, you can barely see him. He's right here. This is Toby. Oh, camera 4. There we go. Say hi, Toby. So this is Toby.
Hello, Toby.
He's who we always trip over.
Yep. He's a big love bug.
Okay. And then, yeah. So, Toby and Bruno.
Toby and Bruno.
Ooh, that's a Toby.
That's a Toby. This is probably ready to stick, and I don't think that is a critical double seam.
No, and it's not too dry that it's not going to not stick. Marvel Guy wants to know, Odin, what made you very interested in making props from the very beginning? What inspired you?
Just a love of movies, a love of monsters. I grew up in a house that we made stuff. Dad was an engineer, Dad was an inventor, and Mom was just crafty. And I can remember them making 5-6 tier wedding cakes. Dad figured out a way of doing they keep making cakes for family and friends, and then they stopped asking because Dad apparently kept making them bigger and bigger and bigger. Like there was a 70-inch whatever wedding cake at one point. He developed a whole way of transporting the tiers in the car that was safe. So he built like these wooden things with pegs that the columns could set on so you could actually drive the cake there and then assemble it on site. And yeah.
My mom used to do wedding cakes. I'm like, that sounds completely normal.
Yeah, it does, doesn't
Like,
it?
to this day, I have the Wilton mini cake set because it's one box mix and it makes a tiered cake.
Oh, cool.
I don't know, but yeah. So it runs in your blood.
Oh, it runs in my blood. I remember watching my dad sitting there. I think there's an ice cream called the Push Up, right?
Yeah,
It's
Push Pop.
Push Pop. It's orange sherbet in a tube, and it has, at least it did, I think it still probably has a plastic plunger, so you can push the sherbet
Yes.
out. So Dad would take one of those plungers, a wee bit of frosting, stick a bit of wax paper to it, and that's how he would spin to do his roses.
Well, that's what they use for roses. It's like it looks like a giant metal tack.
Okay.
It's just a metal or plastic piece with a stick, so a
With a
push
stick.
pop top.
Okay.
And you put a piece of wax down
Right?
to make the flowers. So
Okay.
yeah, that's completely the way you do it, and I like that he found a way to do it for free.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
I
And
ate
it's
a lot
food
of Push
grade.
Pops. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
totally food grade.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we had more than one, so I'm sure he could like do a few and
Yeah.
let them sit, harden up a little bit before he
And
popped
then you
them
use
off.
scissors to cut them off. Or if
Oh,
you have
okay.
the wax paper squares, you can go put them in the freezer and then peel off the wax paper.
Okay.
My mom would prep like hundreds of flowers before.
Right.
So she would just sit there making a bunch of flowers, do the next one, and
Yeah.
then stick them in the freezer.
Okay.
And then if she had like a bunch left over from a wedding cake, they'd be in a bag and then it's instantly make anything fancy.
Yep. Stick flowers on it. It's fancy.
Right? Yeah. You got a halo?
You got a sailor hat.
It does look like
Well.
a sailor hat on you.
There you are.
Yes.
Is that better? Instead of having it on forward?
Yeah. Looks more
or,
sailory.
or like that? Is that
There
what it
you
is? Yeah. All right. Lost Wax says, to put this on the inside, trace where it is so you know where the glue's going to go, and glue it down, which totally makes sense because now we're
Was
putting...
it this circle? No.
No.
No,
that-
this
that-
is
that-
just
that's
our-
the front of the cyclotron. This is just the inner support piece.
I know. I know we're gonna put stuff on top of it, but
We can cut it out if we need to.
okay. So it's okay.
Yeah, and I actually like the idea of this because this is a pretty big flat piece, so it's going to have movement. So
Yeah. Understanding that. Yeah. No, makes sense. I just have commitment issues. You saw I didn't stick my stickers yet.
fair enough. Was actually talking to Ashley about that over the weekend. Have commitment issues, so I don't have any tattoos because that's a sticker that doesn't come off.
That's pretty much the reason I don't have any tattoos because
Yeah.
yeah. Temporary ones I've had all the time.
Oh yeah, all the time. Paint
But-
myself colors. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
But commitments?
That washes off.
Yeah. You can even Sharpie. It'll come off with hand sanitizer. But
I used to do Sharpie all the time. Although I didn't know at the time that hand sanitizer or alcohol would do it. The next day it washed off in the shower. Did Rocky Horror Picture Show for years. And a Sharpie is the easiest way to do a temporary tattoo.
Oh, yeah.
Especially when it's not that important.
My first fashion show, I spray painted my hands black.
Yep, I've spray painted my hands and arms red for Darkness cosplay.
Oh, and then after that, it didn't even learn my lesson, so I still will spray paint my hands if I'm just too lazy to go put on a pair of gloves. Yeah.
Being on camera, I'm way more conscious about keeping my hands clean, and because I kind of liked having my hands clean anyway, but I wasn't really a clean freak. But definitely 4 or 5 shots down the road, I don't want, spray paint in my hands still. So
Yeah.
I got to wear a lot more gloves.
No, it makes a lot of sense. I make wedding dresses now. I wash my hands every leg.
Yeah.
I don't wear makeup to work because I don't want to touch my face and then touch white.
Yes, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Not that it's...
I don't wear makeup to work either.
I've gotten you makeup before.
You have.
It's right there.
Yep, and I have on occasion worn it.
Yeah. So...
Hide some blemish.
It's just the shine. It's cameras.
Yeah.
Uh...
And I probably could wear makeup because I got some big bags in my eyes anymore. I got coloration in my eyes, around my eyes. But
People don't want to see real people. They want to see the
they want to see the picture perfect people.
filters. Let's see.
So I know one of the things that happened, I think over the weekend, Sinister Props made a Darth Maul skull. And then I believe got it signed by Ray Park, which was pretty cool. He posted it in Discord. It was a really cool looking skull too that he printed and painted. So that was kind of cool. And I have missed just barely meeting Ray Park like 4 times. It feels like it's probably been like once or twice. But and I hear he is a nice guy and he likes the fans and he is enthusiastic. So it would be kind of cool to one day. Eventually.
And then that's the one time line where the world gets destructed when you guys finally actually meet.
Yeah.
Dang nabbit. No.
Super happy I get to hang out with Evil Ted Smith again in just a couple of weeks, April 9th in Oklahoma City, because it took us 2 years to connect.
Yeah, but also I feel like just having a 2-year gap is pretty normal.
At this point,
right
yeah,
now.
it is. But it was kind of funny that same thing. I'd go to a con, he'd be at the con, wouldn't connect.
Because you're busy.
Yeah.
It's so time is gone. Yes. Oh, look it. We got a super chat from Nick Mason.
From Nick Mason.
A $20 super chat.
Wow, thank you, Nick.
It says, used to be your server at a local chicken wing joint. It's great to see you, continued efforts, and passion for what you do. Keep it up, man.
Thank you.
Which chicken wing joint?
I know, I'm trying to think now, too. Which
Oh,
chicken
no,
wing
there's
joint?
some good chicken wing joints.
No, there is, yeah, but I don't... Nick, it's a chicken wing joint. Okay. Yeah, I think so. I think it was, yeah. I think I remember Nick. Thank you, sir. It's amazing how many times... This may be one of the few times I know for sure that my server tipped me.
Right? Team Go says maybe get a Spider-Man suit and a foam train for Toby to stop. I do dress them up all the time, and they do have costumes, and they are adorable.
You can always just dress them up as a kaiju and let them stomp a train.
Oh, yeah. D-Gamer 2099. Odin, did you know Felicia was secretly Catwoman? Shh! Stop telling us secrets! No.
What?
Lupe Zula? Beluzula?
There is no Lupe, only Zool.
144. Buenos dias, banda. Buenos dias.
Buenos
Sorry,
dias.
I screwed up your name. Ryan, the inner support piece isn't necessary. I didn't use it in mine, and it worked perfectly without it. There's not a lot of flex without it.
Good to hear.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm glad. I like inputs.
Yeah, input's great. No, thank you. We want to put, like, even though the LEDs and stuff still aren't going to weigh that much, but it just,
Well, LEDs.
it makes me feel good to have it in here.
Battery packs.
Battery packs, right. This is a good place to put the battery pack.
Yeah, that's what I'm, like, the places, things we have to hide. We have to hide LEDs, we have to hide our power source. And then I also wanted to get...
If we use the Ryobi batteries, which I'd like to use, they're bulky. So
Yeah.
I mean, they're not, but they are in terms of this because it's...
Sorry. I'm just wondering.
Yeah.
Like how...
See, so if we cut it, yeah, if we cut this out and maybe it'll fit, we might be able to fit this somewhere else because it's just that. It's all
I was
need.
thinking the height.
Yeah.
So.
The height's not going to fit, but with this, it's a secondary ring. This thickness goes on top of it, and that'll fit.
Okay. So, we get to start doing bells and whistles soon. That's the fun part.
Yes.
So.
We get to spray this down with creature casts soon.
People were asking about that.
Yes.
They heard Louis Casey, sorry about screwing your name,
Thank you, Jerry Rig Props, for creature cast.
heard a trick for texturing the cyclotron is white glue. So that's kind of like what we're going to do. You remember the...
I still want to use creature cast, but all of a sudden, truck bed liner.
Right?
I saw a truck on the road yesterday. The whole body was sprayed with truck bed liner.
I'm not opposed to it,
Yeah.
right? It's texture.
It's texture. It's gonna...
I have an uncle who used to do paint hot rods, so he would do like the flames and stuff.
Okay.
I've always wanted to be like, hey, yo, I've had to paint 2 cars now. Maybe I should take a lesson from you. Has it been? Or is it more? Because I did that one car for Raul.
You did the one car for Raul, yeah.
That was...
I've done a couple of car interiors, one with Raul, one with you.
Yeah.
Did I do this one
Did a
twice?
grass
I think
car,
I
but
did
that's
this one
not
first.
technically painting it. Anyways.
I did a grass wheel.
Right?
That thing was
The weird knowledge that you
Pain in
need
the-
and don't need to
Right.
know. Sharp Shot FX says, second, I did something similar for my Kylo helmet where I stippled gloss medium to get the hammered steel texture.
Okay.
So just, I think
Yeah,
having that cast aluminum texture
Okay.
could be fun, especially if we're playing with like the creature cast or whatever
Yeah.
thing. So yay! I actually love this idea before we get to that step. We probably should do a test section of foam, see if we like it.
Probably. And I think
And we have time to have things dry, and
We
we're
do.
not in a rush.
we do, and it's
Yeah.
getting to be spring when stuff will actually dry. No, testing's good, and also it's going to take a couple of coats. It's not like one and done, so.
Yeah, no, definitely. James Allen says, gotta go to work. See y'all.
All right.
Bye, James.
Thanks for hanging out, James.
Oh, wow. Marvel Guy. Felicia, I kind of think your name is as Felicia Hardy as Black Cat from Spider-Man comics. Yeah, I like that.
Okay.
Ryan says, I used powdered sugar to texture my cyclotron. The finesse of the clumps added a super nice metal texture to the foam. I could get that, but I would be worried about ants. I feel like that's how you're going to get ants.
If it's encapsulated in the paint, you should be okay.
I know, but are you 100% sure it's encapsulated?
Fair enough.
Because if any sign of moisture...
You have other problems anyway, but yeah, okay.
And ants will be one of them. No, I could see salt working. I could see...
Yeah.
It's just a texture. Like, it's a gritty... It's
Yeah.
Yeah, it's to give it some grit.
Well, we have different things that we can use for grit as well if we want to.
Yeah,
I mean, sand's too gritty, but
Yeah.
there's baking soda. There's abrasive medium. There's I've got a jar of micro balloons you add to resin to make it thicker.
Yeah. But it's fun. We get to go texture now.
Speaking of texture and sand, they had a serious problem with the original Jaws movie with painting the shark and keeping the shark skin texture on the shark.
I
right?
heard that's why we had all the anticipation, so we didn't get as many shots of the shark as we could.
Pretty much. There's a lot of mechanical reasons for that, which really made the movie better. The stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But They got the special paint mixed up. It was a pain in the butt to spray on. It would clog up the equipment and all these things and then the tide would take it right off because they're actually shooting in the ocean, right?
Yeah, salt water will do that to lots of paints.
Yep. So of course the crew in desperation try things to figure something out that's easier. And I know you can immediately relate to this. Yeah. They're, at the ocean. So they have the shark up, they take a handful of beach sand and throw it in front of the spray primer. Hey, it looked the same. It's like in midair. They didn't throw sand at the shark and spray over it. They would just spray and throw sand and it would go through the stream and get stuck.
Spray, glue, and sand is your best friend when shooting on the beach.
Yep.
Smosh, I learned that one because
Okay.
we were doing the Assassin's Creed music video.
Yeah.
And we were in a beach in San Francisco.
Yes, there's a couple there.
And we were in this cave.
Uh-huh.
And it was
By
nice.
the sutra baths.
Yeah. And it was spray painted in the shot we wanted on the walls of the cave.
Yes.
And they solved that problem by spray glue and throwing sand.
Okay.
And it completely covered it. You could not see in camera. It looked amazing.
Yeah.
So fast forward about 4 or 5 years later, I'm working on a beach in San Francisco for the bridal company that I work for, and we're doing a photo shoot.
Okay.
And somebody the night before, because they had gone and scouted this area a week ago, but
Okay.
the photographer gets there before we get there, and was like, oh no, somebody spray painted all these rocks
Ah,
right where we were planning on shooting.
right.
And I was like, hey, I know that one. I got this one. I know that. I've done that one before.
I got this one.
And so we just pulled over to Target and got some spray glue.
Okay.
Because we were driving from Sacramento to San Francisco, so between there's multiple stores we can stop at.
Was it Sacramento going to San Francisco?
There you go.
Yeah, okay.
Anyways, and so we ended up just buying a can of spray glue, but
Sand, yeah.
because it was so cold when we first got there, and so it's still like fresh from the tide, all the sand was wet.
Oh, yeah.
So it didn't want to dry and stick, but wet sand sticks.
Yeah.
And so we were just smooshing the wet sand on, but completely covers up the graffiti.
Yeah.
And the rocks look natural.
Right?
Like, we have a shot of the bride's face right up against the rock, and there was a giant graffiti you cannot see.
Awesome.
I know it's there. It just looks like bird poop.
Okay.
On a rock, just a little white,
It's our bride and bird poop.
natural rock
Natural
formation.
rock, right.
You know what I mean?
Awesome.
But sand has saved the day on the beach. So I could totally, like you said, yeah.
So sand
really.
saved the day. Take that, Anakin.
Right.
Right.
Okay. Luis Cosi, no man. Dress the dogs up like terror dogs. Vince
Yes.
Cawthor and Zool.
And Zool.
How do you say Cawthor?
What was it?
Cawthor is I'm
Cawthor.
Cawthor.
Yeah.
I'm saying that wrong. I know it.
Right,
Yeah.
I know it too. I have to remember. Yes,
Yeah.
Vince Cawthor. And yes.
Yeah, I'm saying it
I
wrong.
am the key master. You are the gatekeeper.
Right, Toby Coley can look scary. He's not, but he can look
No,
it.
a lot of people think he is.
Right.
I want to trade a little bit. Let's see. I didn't bring that one over. I should bring that one over too.
Which one over?
The Mechagodzilla one. There it is. Realize should talk about.
Show people.
Show people a little bit. So, it's 1 o'clock. Hey, Felicia, what is it that I like to pretend like I get to do at 1 o'clock?
Open viewer mail.
I like to open viewer mail because on occasion I get some. What I've got is digital mail this time, which is much easier to do. A lot of you have already seen the stickers that I've gotten. This is from a patron and an artist by the name of Ace, and what Ace had done is make Mechagodzilla Odin Makes logo. So I really like this chibi Mechagodzilla, and I have since put this on stickers that are on my Etsy, and then over the week I made a whole bunch of products over on Teespring using this image.
So you can get it on a sweatshirt now?
So you can get it on a sweatshirt now. Yes. So anyway, I really, really like it, and was looking at even trying to get pins made of the character himself. That's not exactly affordable at the moment. But Ace is having so much fun making stuff, he made another one. He also did the graphic that opened the show with us, the Proton Packs. That's also Ace's. And
His artwork,
he did a puppet one that I haven't posted yet. Anyway, this is the new one, and this is the first time I've shown it to anyone publicly. But he's decided to make one for Joe's Gundam.
And that says Joe?
That says Joe Gundam. Yeah, that's the kanji in there is the Gundam logo from like the original poster. So it says Gundam, and then above it it's J-O for Joe Gundam. To make it the E, it's just like a hyphen, and I don't know, it's just a straight line hyphen, right? I don't know if Ace left that off because it didn't visually look appealing or whatever.
I don't know kanji as well.
The two characters on top of the 4 characters, it looks fine. So.
Okay.
So this is happening. I need to get some stickers ordered because that I can do, and I will probably have these stickers for some of the cons. They may not make it in time for WonderCon, but Joe's not going to WonderCon anyway. So that'll be fun. Looking forward to all this stuff.
So if you guys want this on merch, just let us know.
Yeah, if you want this on merch, let us know. And if you can read this, let me know if what I'm saying is correct, that is what it is saying. Because since it is such a stylized font, the visual translators for Google Translate doesn't want to pick up on it at all. But
yeah.
Yeah. So Ace, if you're watching, yeah, thank you. I know Joe loves it, so super excited and happy about that.
Yeah. No,
and,
these are great.
Yeah, I'll be getting those ordered this week. But that was today's viewer mail. More stickers, more graphics, more cartoons. Yes.
Yay!
Yay! So thank you, Ace.
So we did this. We're on to step 12. We made through step 11 today.
Really?
Yeah, because that was the 63 centimeter strip.
Okay.
And now it's been.
So interesting. All right. So there is no.
And
Yeah, 'cause
that's
it really-
bothering you, isn't it?
It does, because it's the right size. It really should just that.
There might be something, but
well, maybe it's a little bigger. All right. Well, let's go ahead and stick these together. Oh, I did put glue on them, so.
You did or you did not?
I did.
So
I remember doing that.
They started sticking?
So I can stick them together. I think that was actually in his instructions to stick them together. But yeah, it bugs me a lot. I really want to do that. We'll get to start ordering.
Oh, Sharp Shot Effect says they use sugar for the first waterfalls on Naboo, but in the miniature set, but switched to salt because of ants.
Because of ants.
I'm like, that sounds like ants. Like Archer, do you want ants? Because that's how you get ants.
So Ghostbusters 2, when the Statue of Liberty steps on that taxi cab, when the windows break out, that's margarita
Sugar?
salt.
Oh.
Yep.
I love practical effects
Yep.
so much.
And then I think it was also salt in the first Ghostbusters when the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man kicks over a fire hydrant. They had a little stream of air, and it was
Because that's way less
fine-grained
messy
salt.
than the amount of water you'd need to get it on camera.
Well, and it was also scale. Water doesn't scale. You can't make what looks like a fire hydrant doing its thing
No, 'cause
at
it's
that
not
size.
aerated.
It's just going to look
Yeah.
like a water fountain. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the salt did it. It gave you all that cascading
I love
fall.
practical
Yeah.
effects.
So when you go and look at that, that's salt.
Interesting.
Then the same guy later on in Lord of the Rings found, going back to the whole abrasive powder stuff. Just watched a video on Price Film, so I feel like I know something. But it was
Right.
neat. I love those videos. The guys that use the abrasive medium for doing sandblasting, that is a very fine little particulate. That is actually what a lot of the water is in Lord of the Rings. When the water is coming down the river and it turns into horses and it takes out all the Black Riders, a lot of that is this. It's augmented with CG, but a lot of the practical portion of it is this super fine abrasive powder that's being poured down a compositing set that's got the right landscape to put it in place. Yeah,
I can
I
appreciate
had
that.
almost a whole thought there.
I can appreciate the effort that went into that.
Yeah.
Um,
Makes me think about Dante's Peak. We talked about this before too, but it wasn't abrasive medium or anything. In Dante's Peak, they had a lot of lava flow. There's a big part of the story that volcanoes erupting and lava flows coming down and taking out a cabin in the woods, which is a different movie. In order to do the practical effects and mat it in with the full size house, they made miniature troughs that their lava mixture could flow down, right? And the lava mixture was made up to be react to the black light, so it would glow and actually look like it's hot. And in order to let the black light go through, they made all their troughs out of acrylic plastic so they could get it to move the way they want it to. And they built this whole thing up. Acrylic is a UV inhibitor. So it didn't glow, like, really at all. I mean, it does. It's an inhibitor. It's not a blocker, but it doesn't glow. So they had to rip out everything they had spent time doing, and like over one weekend, go and buy double the expensive UV permissible acrylic plastic, redo everything so they could get the shot done.
I love going into the hardware store and going, okay, I came, like, so I have this problem and it needs to be UV reflective, and
Yeah, exactly.
Trying to explain people my issues, it's often get blank looks, and I
Right.
like understand that. It's like, no, we have the details, they
The
matter.
details.
The littlest things and the way you want,
Yep. There's
Yeah.
many a times at Home Depot, someone comes up to me, especially someone younger. Hey, can I help you find something? It's like I need to find a round thing that does a thing to do a thing something else, and it's just I get so tired of trying to explain what it is I'm looking for that's more visual. It's like I'm just working on an art project. Thanks.
Yep.
Yep, details and things.
We got Irmos. Lee. I completely ruined your name. I'm sorry, but he says, "Hello, Odin. A hug from Brazil."
Sweet. Hug back from USA. Irmos completely butchered your name.
Lee.
Lee.
IRM, A with a little line over it. OS. Lee.
Irmos. I don't know.
Right?
A with a line.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, America decided to ignore all the pronunciation accent marks over all the vowels. So, I have no idea. I have no idea.
Right.
I only know the double dots are called umlauts because Guar stuck them on everything.
Well, there you go.
Which Guar's going to play in Sacramento in like a month and a half. But the $40 tickets have a $12 service charge. It's like, I don't think I can justify paying $50 to see Guar. They're fun, but
Yes. Marvel Guy wants to know, I was wondering if you've ever worked with fiberglass resin and fiberglass cloth before.
So I did this project with Guar. When I did my Ballsack costume, the character's called Ballsack. He has a bear trap for a head and for a face. And the second version I made, I did out of fiberglass. And that was, yeah. And I've done some other fiberglass things since. That was, with the Ballsack one is when I really learned that I'm best using fiberglass in a mold. Instead of trying to put it over something dimensional. That was too small and dimensional for using matte fiberglass. I totally did everything the wrong way. I made a Dalek not too long after that, and I used I turned a plaster form in order to make the top of the Dalek's head, right? I only needed to cut out the profile on a piece of aluminum and then spun that on top of a wedding cake full of plaster of Paris, effectively. It was just stacks of plaster, but anyway. Made a mold off of that, and a fiberglass mold, I think, and then waxed it and pulled a fiberglass dome. And so those are the main things I think I've done. I don't think I've done too much else. I swear I've done like boat repair, and
I haven't actually used...
it's paper mache with chemicals.
Yeah, like I've done versions of that where I've done it with real fabric, but not those specific chemicals.
Okay.
I have not done that, but I've wanted to. I've wanted to play with it. I haven't yet. But that is on the list of things I want to play with. But again, what you know, the devil you know versus the devil you don't.
Right.
So.
Fiberglass is pretty easy.
If you have the stuff and you aren't on the
Yeah.
beginning of the learning curve, it makes a lot of
It makes
sense.
I did a video for Raoul where I had to make a little. It was for the Dayglow video, the robot that like danced around, and Raoul bought this remote control toddler's bumper car we used for the base, and then put a TV on it and all this other stuff. I made a mold of half of a yoga ball and then laid up fiberglass inside of that in order to get the dome. And yeah, I think that was the last fiberglass, and I did that in the Lodi Dog back here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the last big fiberglass thing I did, I think.
Right? But
Yeah.
need to do some more of them.
Yeah, I do.
Yes.
Well, lots of mold releaser. You're never getting it out of whatever you're laying up. And then Lost Wax Oz actually made his own surfboard using fiberglass, and I don't know what he used for his foam piece. I think it was just styrofoam, which is all you use for a surfboard anyway. But
That's cool.
yeah.
Yeah. So we need to get the cyclotron pan. Is that already cut
Right.
out?
Yes, that's these guys. I was
So-
actually looking over here a little bit.
We need piece
28.
28 and 29.
28. I did not mark 29, but 29,
29, I think,
is
is
a strip. 27. Yeah, yep. 29 is a strip.
Okay.
Cyclotron pan side.
Cyclotron pan side. Okay. So cut a strip of 6mm foam the width
The
of
width?
the width of piece 29.
Okay.
Dead or did you?
Yep.
Yes. All right. I will cross that off then. Yay.
Yay.
Glue the strip to the edge of the cyclotron pan, lining up the beginning of the strip with the edge of the half circle cut out. Glue about 3/4 of the way around, and then glue the other end of the strip, the other edge of the cutout. This makes it easier to make sure that the edge strips will end up in the right place. Then you can stretch or compress the foam as you glue the remaining area.
Ah, okay.
So he's making sure he lines
Gotcha.
up right here and here before he glues
So there's
the
this
perimeter.
in the side of the cyclotron, and yeah. So
And he's
he's starting
smooshing it.
here, getting about here, and then the other end attaches, and then smooshes to make the.
Yeah, that's how I do my sleeve patterns. I attach it at both ends, and then I kind of smoosh it
Mm-hmm.
in. They call it easing, is the technical term.
Oh, okay.
You ease it in. It means
We
it
can
doesn't
ease our way
really
through
fit,
this.
but you smoosh it and make it work anyways. It's called easing. So,
More glue.
yes.
But hey, we got through a whole step today.
Right? We're on to step 12, and we already crossed one thing off. Sorry. Don't mean to hit you.
Welcome to the Odin Makes live stream where Felicia beats me.
And then it says, if you want a rounded edge, you can do that with a rotary tool now.
Ah.
Okay.
Maybe. 45 minutes is not going to take us that long.
Steve D says, have you had any more Ryobi tools to play with as keep eyeing up new ones to buy? Oh yeah, there's so many. There's new ones on
Oh
the
yeah.
list.
Every time I go to Home Depot anymore, I find myself looking at the Ryobi display. Oh yeah.
Because all the batteries now.
All the batteries. Yeah, I'm
easier
geared to do it.
accessible.
Right, because I've got the great. We both do. We both got the batteries to.
I really need to just go get a second glue gun because I need a black glue gun dedicated to black glue. Then I'm not switching back and forth, and I just can't in my heart yet. I'm using a dollar store one for the black hot glue currently. Is that one?
I don't think I've ever used this one.
Oh, sweet!
That's the basic dual temp glue gun. I don't think I've ever used that one.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
So I need one specifically for black hot glue because now I'm spoiled and have two really good hot glue guns. And
Right.
of course I need a third one now.
Right, now you need the one that, and the black hot glue guns come in the 3/8,
the larger
stick
stick size.
whatever that size is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As opposed to the small glue gun
Yeah.
stick size, yeah. But yes, there is a list, a laundry list. Anything
There is.
particular on your list that you need?
From Ryobi, there's the things that I've seen recently that I'm excited about. I've got one here already, but they have a 7-inch chop saw that takes the batteries. Yeah, which I think would be really cool because lighter weight, easy portability, and the amount of times I'm cutting PVC pipe and I want the ends to be cut straight, and I've got the ratchet cutters, and it's always cut at the end. So then I end up sanding it, or I'll cut it on the bandsaw, and then same thing. And having it would be nice to actually zing. Oh hey, it's 90 or close enough. I'm happy with it. I really like their little. They have. Are they 9-volt or 5-volt? I think they're 5-volt tools. They've got like an engraver and another little rotary tool and another. Anyway, they just take these little tiny, like 5-volt batteries that are USB-C rechargeable. And then I've got the rolling cart that I really like, and I went out and bought. You guys can't see it. The basket over there, right?
Oh, Okay.
It clicks to the top, and it's an open basket.
So you
and
at
then
the top, you have it.
You have this open bin, and then I can get a second basket, and they still click together, even though it's an open basket. What I'm looking at doing with that thing is clearing out the mess over here and making like a slide-out drawer that basket sets in. And then I can just slide the drawer out and take the basket. So yeah, those are some of the things I'm looking at, which I actually kind of considered maybe that would be a video, actually play with shop stuff instead of just foam. Would you guys mind if instead of like maybe one video of it being, hey, I'm cutting something out of foam, it's, hey, I'm trying to cut a piece of wood and store some drawer pulls and basically just make a tray that holds these special Ryobi baskets because
in reality, when your stuff is easy to put away, it gets put away. When it's a pain in the ass to get it out every time, you're not going to put it away. And it's not going to get put away. And when it is put away, it's not going to be put away correctly. Because I know me.
Uh-huh.
Clear bins are my friend. Or easily accessible.
Yep.
Yes. Let's see.
So I think that's it. There's a little handheld shop vac that was looking kind of neat. But at this point, yeah, I'm not sure. Because I don't do a lot of carpentry type stuff, right? So
yeah, you focus on foam here.
Yeah. What you looking at?
People been talking. Awesome says they use rubber for broken glass on the ground so actors don't slice their feet open.
Yep.
Makes sense.
Yes, they do.
And Sharp Shot FX says in Temple of Doom they used real water for the flood scene, but shot it with air cannons from above to get the water droplets looking smaller. Smaller. Right? It's just like,
yes,
you gotta get this shot. How can we make it happen?
Right. Water and fire are two things that are really hard to do in miniature because they don't miniaturize well.
Hermanos Lee, Brothers Lee. Okay, sorry. They're saying how to say their name.
Oh, nice.
Detlef P is here saying good evening. I'm glad to make it to your stream again.
Hello, Detlef P. Haven't heard from you in a little while.
Welcome. Awesome says, ugh, yeah, I get it. I don't know what they get at this point.
Me too.
It's been a while. Sorry, I haven't got to your comment. Jonathan Maxwell says, hello from South Africa. Have you got any plans to make them... How do you say the hammer?
Mjolnir.
From the new God of War.
Yes. I was looking at the Mjolnir from God of War 4 to start with, but yes. There's a few different versions for different video games, and for a while I was excited about making all the different ones, and I kind of got sidetracked from that thought. So, yes.
So, thank you for bringing it up.
Yeah, thanks for bringing that up, man. No. Thank you for bringing it up.
Tabe says, hey, Odin, sir, I am you big fan.
Oh, hello, big fan. Thank you. What was his name? Or their name?
Tabe.
Tabe? Hello, Tabe.
Tayyab.
T-Y...
Tabby?
Tabby? Maybe Tabby.
Steve D says, videos about other people's storage solutions are great. Go for it.
All right. Thank you, Steve. That's it. I got one person telling me it's okay. Ha-ha! Welcome to Odin Makes, trying to organize my shop.
Yeah. And then he says, I have a small Ryobi vacuum, and it's quite good for a small vac. Yes! Having a shop vac easily accessible, especially using a lot of foam dust when somebody's intolerant to dust, makes cleanup so much easier, nicer, and just having it out and about and easily accessible really helps. It's right there, by the way.
It is right there. I do try to use it, but in the typical male fashion, I can see dirt, when it's accumulated enough to support agriculture. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm a weak human being, and my nose just goes, no. Ionolith is eating pork rinds right now. Congratulations.
Nice. Human rinds are very good.
Sorry.
Oh, good. Wait, wait,
I'm learning to heal. Sorry. Says, hello, Odin and Felicia. How are you doing?
Doing well. Wait, I'm learning to heal. Doing pretty good.
Marius
Seems like that's a role-playing game.
Says, well, in Portuguese they used real human bodies as props because it was cheaper than creating fake ones.
Yeah, at that time it was. Just like in Pirates of the Caribbean up until the 90s, I think. all the skeletons in the ride were real skeletons because they were cheaper. But in the 90s, the artificial skeletons started to become cheaper to use, so all the skeletons were replaced except for one. There's one real human skull still in the Pirates of the Caribbean, and that's the one that's in the captain's bedstand in the cave because it's really intrinsically part of the headstand, the headboard of the bed. Excuse me. So that one is still a real human skull.
I wonder who it is. It's like, oh yeah, that's my cousin Eddie.
Yeah.
You know, like how'd they end up there?
Well, I know, way back in the day, I believe India supplied a lot of the human skeletons to the world just because they were okay with it, with selling them. So.
The more you know, people.
Yep.
Team Ghost says marshmallows are replaced with shaving cream at the end of Ghostbusters.
Yes, you can see that.
Jonathan Maxwell says, awesome, I'm currently working on one I made from wood.
Sweet.
And then we have Jeff Hutchins saying hello from BC, Canada. So I'm assuming British Columbia.
I'm assuming British Columbia. It could be, prehistoric Canada, but.
Yes. Wait, I'm learning to heal. I can't wait for the Wednesday video. Mega Godzilla upgrade.
Yes.
And then awesome.
It's mostly just a stand, but yeah, it's.
I can't stand the anticipation.
I can't stand the anticipation.
Awesome says.
And I'll be honest, it might not being a Thursday video, guys. Sorry, but working on it. I actually have a video this week. So.
Right, you have to get back on your flow, back in the
mojo. Yeah, I do. Definitely lost that.
Yep. Awesome says they shot the lake task scenes in Goblet of Fire in a water tank with blue screen backdrop.
Yep.
They also had people in blue screen suits to act out the parts of the
CG, probably.
Grindylows.
Oh, okay.
Grindylows.
And going back to Poltergeist, the guardian in front of the door was also shot in a water tank in order to get the ethereal wispy of all the stuff
Have you
flying around
filmed in water yet?
No.
I've done a couple videos.
Okay.
Raoul once. Well,
oh, cool.
Yeah. It's really fun when they push the tank into the water. Like we were filming in a swimming pool, and they pushed a fish tank into the water to protect the camera. This really expensive, nice.
Wow! Really?
Red camera.
That was underwater housing. Was a fish? Was like a single pane fish tank?
It got the shot.
It got the shot. Wow.
It looked beautiful. I'm not sure if that's the camera they ended up using on that one, but I know that camera has been involved in, and I'm like, wow. But still, it looked amazing.
I bet it did.
Bruce New says, hey Odin and Felicia, glad to see you back, Felicia. Working on repairing my spirit pack. It fell off the back of my chair at an event this weekend. Well,
ooh.
I think he was the one who talked about he got the one for his wheelchair.
Oh, okay.
Like he was inspired to get back up and about.
Right.
Yeah. So at least it got out.
At least it got out, yeah.
Talking to Ben Eady, they're always a work in progress.
They're always a work in progress.
Yeah.
And it is a prop that's fine. That's actually canon, so.
Yeah, so. But yay to get into the spirit of it.
So I didn't quite shoot. You make me think about it. Shooting in water. Beyond Geek was in when the panorama hit. Beyond Geek was in progress of making a mermaid episode.
Yeah.
And there was a place in Sacramento called the Dive Bar where they had mermaids swimming. So I've done shoots there. Above the tank and then down in the bar looking up into the tank, but that's still not really shooting in water. I'm on dry land shooting into a tank.
I guess still technically counts.
Yeah,
I do like that place because mermaids and yeah.
And they're really cool with fish, saltwater fish.
Yeah, no, I purposely go there just to go stare at mermaids.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
It was fun talking to the mermaids. So they've got
right.
They got the saltwater tank. They get in the tank. The fish don't care about the mermaids anymore, right? They're not too worried about them. And in fact, as they do laps, there's a couple of fish that'll school with them now because they're used to them.
Right.
But because of the health of the fish, there's only a couple of specific makeups that they can wear, and they have to have real human hair wigs. They can't use synthetic wigs.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
No,
And
makes
then the
a lot
tails
of
are all
sense, yeah.
silicone, so.
So, makes you overthink the plastics in our ocean, huh?
Uh-huh, yes.
Yeah. We got. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna screw up your name.
Oh boy.
Bhavya and Hey Love from India. I completely ruined their
Oh.
name, so I'm sorry. But hello in India.
Hello,
Lots
India.
of love to India. And then we got Dan
It's Dan!
saying hi from Denmark.
Ah!
It's IFRAH. IFRAH.
Ifra, yeah, I don't know. Ifra, Ufra, I don't know. No, I can't say it either. Hello, Dan.
Yes, and then we got Xeno Killer saying, "Hey, Odin Makes, please see this. I'm trying to make Green Goblin from No Way Home. Any tips?"
Take it to a dumpster and step on it.
Why the hate?
Oh, that's what happens in the movie.
Oh, okay. I have not seen it. Not quite dry enough to stick.
I haven't tackled Green Goblin yet. Obviously, people have asked me to.
What are
Yeah. There's a lot going on with that one. That isn't like a super simple. Oh, just do this. Do3d.com. Do3 capital D numerical 3. You need to sign up and get a username, but that's free, and they don't spam you really. They have a free to download Green Goblin mask that actually is pretty good. They have since upgraded it. That's why this one's free. There's a better one that's more accurate that you pay for, but if you're making it out of foam or anything else, I've actually downloaded it with the intent of maybe someday I might actually tackle that. But that looks like more than a single week build to me, and that's one of the reasons why I've stepped around it.
So
Yeah.
finding a good pattern, I think, is
Finding a
going to be
good
your
pattern.
best friend, because the pattern's the hardest part.
It is. If you find a decent, and it doesn't have to be super detailed, so pepakura. In order to make a good pepakura, especially something that organic, it's going to take a whole lot of little tiny triangles, and it's going to be a super complicated. It can be a little more relaxed as far as the pattern goes, but you can take the pepakura, put it into foam, put it into Armorsmith Designer. So this is another program that I think has a free trial period. And then it may have a free version you can continue to use. Anyway, you can import the pepakura patterns, adjust them slightly so you can then cut them out of foam. And that's how we did a lot of the Gundam that's not behind me, and the Vegeta hair that's out of camera up there. So, yeah, that would be another way of... That was actually kind of my plan with the Do 3D model, but there's a lot of steps with taking the Do 3D model and making a pepakura file, because... Armorsmith, a good 3D printing is too detailed of a mesh for Armorsmith to be able to deal with. So, yeah.
Patterns.
Patterns.
That's going to be your biggest challenge. Really find a good pattern.
Yep.
And then smoosh it from there.
And smoosh it from there. Otherwise, just go for it. You can make a few of them out of the puppet foam, which is the couch foam. Go get the craft. You can get the rolls of the craft. It's craft foam, I think is all it's called. It's not the same as the EVA craft foam. But this is it's the couch foam that comes in a roll. That's an open cell foam. That's literally the basis of what the Muppets are made out of, and Noir is made out of. That is super friendly for making those organic shapes. And then spray it with latex, or you need to put like paper towels, tissue paper, or cheesecloth over it first to help collect the foam. But you can just spray it with foam or spray it with creature cast, or you can even just pour resin over it and like fiberglass over it. There was an
So-
artist that's done that.
After it's glued, seal your foam.
Yeah,
It'll give you a
basically.
better finish.
Yep.
So you put in all that effort to glue it together, seal it, finish it, put a top coat.
Yeah.
Put a nice glossy cover over your seams.
So there, how's that for a quick brainstorming, spitballing of 3 different ways you can do it?
Hopefully that helps.
Hopefully that helps. Don't be afraid to fail. Your first one is gonna suck. Doesn't matter. Try as hard as you want. Have all the confidence in the world, and you really should. Your first one's gonna suck. But the second one's gonna look better, and the third one's gonna look better. I never give myself time to do that anymore, but 100% that's what happened with my Guar costumes, which is one of the few projects I worked on that we came back to every Halloween for a few years in a row and built on what we had in the past and made improvements. And by the 4th or 5th year, so in our terms, be the 4th or 5th con, you can end up with a really good looking what you want, right? But you need to do the first step of getting the bulk of it done and just not worry about it being perfect. Just worry about it being done. And then the next con, pick the part that bugs you the most or the thing you're most inspired on fixing and fix it.
Because the point is to have fun, right?
The point is to have fun. It is okay to...
If it's not fun, you're doing something wrong.
Right. You're going to spend a lot of time and probably spend a lot of money putting the Green Goblin together if you're doing a full cosplay. So don't be afraid to use it for a few cons, 3, 4, 5, and then move on to something else. You don't have to have a full new costume every time. It's not a requirement.
And I know this sounds terrible because I never want this advice for myself, but it is really good advice. Sometimes doing it in half scale.
Yeah.
Like working out your problems, knowing they're going to happen.
Yep.
It really does help.
Yep.
Like, I hate it, but I do it, and it does work, and it scales up or down. But
Problems scale up.
But yeah, just the first one's not going to be right, and it's okay
No.
to make mistakes, and sometimes just doing a little half-scale dummy work out your problems. And
Yeah.
I know that sounds awful. I hate doing it myself, but it really...
Oh, and here's the other weird thing. You may end up feeling very self-conscious about it because you didn't nail what you wanted. No one else is going to see those flaws.
Right?
And they're just going to be excited that you've got the Green Goblin and that you'll probably be the only Green Goblin at the con. So just show up and enjoy yourself and don't make excuses. Don't apologize to everyone, right? If you come across another maker and you want to talk about how you did stuff, then 100% bring it up because that's the story of making the costume. But it's not something important to tell
Somebody
everyone.
goes up to you and goes, "Oh my gosh, I love your outfit." Don't go, "Oh, thanks. Don't look at this part and this part and this part where it's all messed up," because then they look at those parts and now they know it's messed up.
Right. Just enjoy their enthusiasm. They want to take pictures. Take pictures. Hold out your pumpkin bomb. Yeah.
Yeah, as long as you have the spirit and the flavor and the fun
Yeah.
attitude, I think that's what a costume is all about.
Yep.
As soon as it's not fun, you're doing something wrong.
That's the play part of cosplay.
Yep. Awesome says, for the Dementors, they made a reference prop they put underwater and played the footage backwards for the eerie flowing effect.
Oh, nice.
Interesting. I love practical effects when they make it in, because you always just assume everything's digital now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sharp Shots Effect says the Green Goblin has had me stumped for almost a whole decade now.
Yep. Green Goblin's been a request since DIY Prop Shop.
And Xeno Killer says, yeah, man, it's hard because of the shapes.
Yep.
Hence the pattern.
Hence the pattern.
And why I would suggest a half-scale one, because the shapes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Half scale, third scale, 3/4 scale, something
Or if
like
it's
that.
just a mask and the foam's cheap enough, go ahead and make two.
Yeah. Well, that craft foam's pretty cheap.
Right. Sebastian Suarez says hello.
Hello, Sebastian.
And Sharp Shots Effects is asking upholstery foam?
I don't know what else to call it. It's that open cell foam. I call it upholstery foam because I pulled it out of dead couches. So this is EVA foam, which is a closed cell foam. Upholstery foam is...
I'm like, where is it? I'm looking around because I know there have been packages. Hey, that's from my old couch. He's laughing because it's true.
Yep.
I harvested the leather from my old couch and the foam.
You can get... this is yellowed because of age. Or the way they cast it. It can just... because
Air does that.
Yep.
Oxygen.
Yeah, actually, I can see it's got
any
color
foam,
variation.
even at the fabric stores, or if you buy it from the dealers, all of the foam's gonna have these air.
This UV or
Yeah.
air.
Yeah.
But I call this. It's just the open cell polyfoam. It's flexible. It's a sponge. You can buy this in rolls for less than $10 at Joann's at fabric stores if you're in the U.S.
It depends. It can get pricey, especially if you go up in thickness.
Yeah, at the half inch, which you're going to
Yeah.
want half inch, probably 5/8, 3/4, somewhere in that area for making Green Goblin, because the cheeks and the brows and the chin.
And really sculpted.
Yep, really sculpted. But if you can get a dead or cheap couch off of Craigslist and get the thick foam, you can always take the electric carving knife, go to a thrift store and get one, and you can start carving it to get a base, and then you wrap the good stuff over it. And
Yeah. Those electric bread knives cut foam.
Yeah, that's how this was cut.
Who would have thought?
Yep.
Bread is a foam.
Hello, sir. You'll need to go out in just a few minutes.
He's being very well behaved.
He is. Well,
I'm so impressed.
Yeah, he went and sat by the door. It's like, I want to go out, but he didn't make a big
Yeah.
production out of it.
PJC 2.0. Hey Odin, I asked a while ago, have you ever done any foam or LED lighted lightsabers? Beam sabers and it's not foam.
Right, the foam is the kicker here. No, I don't think I've done anything. It's a switch on the very bottom.
That's why I'm like, these buttons aren't practical, but they look like they should be.
Those buttons are made to match the model. No, I don't think I've done any kind of foam lightsaber yet.
I made them out of pool noodles and given them to children to beat each other with.
Well, I've done that, I guess. I've taken pool noodles or the pipe insulation.
And I have made one out of just a wooden dowel for the pinata stick before.
Sure, that
But
worked.
don't let children beat each other with that one.
No.
Learn my lesson. What?
I talked about waiting in line for Star Wars. That was one of the contributions I made to that line, because at the time you could buy the flick to open lightsabers, right? And so everyone would get them because they wanted to go get the Star Wars toys, and all of a sudden they were out. Then they would fight with them the first night and break them. So
Because those aren't meant for fighting.
no, they're not. So I went to Home Depot and bought a bunch of PVC and bought a bunch of colors of duct tape and said, well, let's do it like this. Then you can really beat the snot out of each other. Some of those guys severely got into it, and years later were still sending me emails of the new, Boffer sword creation that they made. Yep. That was awesome. I've actually seen a couple of documentaries of the Wait in Star Wars line there, and those swords are in the documentaries.
Yeah. Matthew Klua says, morning, guys. Top of the morning, afternoon to you.
Morning.
Is he after us? Is he in Hawaii or something?
He could be. Or, he could be Australian. It's Tuesday.
Right. Good, I'm learning to heal says, I second that, Felicia. A half scale is really useful when it's needed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I say this through, I hate pre-washing my fabric.
Oh.
I hate doing muslins, and I hate doing all those pre-builds before you actually do your builds.
Yep.
God damn it, do they really help?
They really do help.
And then
I
when you
hate it too
actually
because
do
it
the
feels like
project-
you're doing double work.
It goes so fast, so much faster, because you already struggled,
Right, and you've already learned.
learned.
You already learned what some of the errors and problems are going to be,
Yeah.
and so you can start to see them as they're coming and work through them instead of I hit a bump in the road.
Even patterning on a half-scale dress form when it's the right size, it scales up, and then you're not messing with your expensive fabrics, and you can really get it.
There
So
you go.
yes, half scales really do help, but boy, do I freaking hate doing prep work that feels like I'm doing a whole project before I start. But
Right.
it really does make a difference.
I've done on occasion paper and paper board, cardboard, mock-ups, making sure that what I want to build is going to work. So I've done that on occasion. we did a whole mock-up of Mechagodzilla's chest. You helped me figure out where things were going to go before we went through with that. And I would still like to rebuild it. I'm not gonna, not anytime soon. But I look at this chest and go, oh, I wish this was different. I wish that was different. Yep.
Mm-hmm. It's whether you're gonna like commit. What's the purpose of this prop? No.
Right.
What? Like, are you gonna long-term use, multiple use? Like, costume shop, we always had to throw things on the ground. Is it gonna survive use and abuse?
Right.
Or is it gonna be gently on a display board where nobody's gonna breathe on it hardly and it just needs to look pretty? It all depends.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, it does.
So, we have 15 minutes before we have to leave.
Okay.
And it's rotary tool time.
Okay. Speech will template the Cyclotron of trace the location of the pan, place it. Okay. It's probably easier, but I bet we can glue these down to the speech bubble, and I can always rotary tool them when you're not here, and I can save you from that.
You guys, not me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the dust does kill me.
The dust for you, and the high pitched whine from. I'm pointing at the microphone that's up here.
Yeah. You guys, this is you.
You guys.
It's not there. Where did it go?
Well,
it's there.
it's there.
Yeah, it's not there. It's there.
It's in the shot. This is called black wrap. Actually, it looks like the camera's in the shot. This is called black wrap. It's black aluminum foil, and it's used to keep light from reflecting. But because Mechagodzilla back here, I lifted it up, and hey, look, there's camera 4. So go ahead if you want to flip over to camera 4. Yep. Oh, that's a great shot of him. So that's that's what it sees, but you can actually see it up here. I think I moved. Yeah, so camera 3, I moved out of the way. Oh, no, but
There's
still
a
little something there, a cord or something's there. So that's what camera 3 is.
This one you can't see.
Yeah, so camera 3, if you want, it's
Camera 3.
Yeah, hey, camera 3.
Camera 3.
Oh, look, it's still doing the on-screen display stuff. Thank you, camera 3.
So if you want to know his film settings.
Yeah, it's an F4 with a 160 frame. Yep.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and glue these to the speech bubble. I'm not afraid of that.
Okay, sounds good. Wait, I'm learning to heal says, and for a first-time Green Goblin attempt, totally use and make a half scale. So
Yeah.
it just seems so complicated that I'd want to make a little one before I tried to make a big one.
If you're gonna make a half scale one out of foam,
Might as well make it big.
it'd be a freaking awesome puppet.
Oh, there you go, right? Wait, I'm learning to heal. Oh, wait. Xeno Killer says, I grew up watching Godzilla with my dad and have almost every movie. So happy that you made a Mechagodzilla. I still watch the classics today.
Yep. I grew up watching all the Showa era Godzilla movies. I saw Godzilla versus the Bionic Monster in the theaters in the U.S. when it first came out, because they were trying to capitalize on the Bionic Man at the time. Of course, they got sued and they had to change the name to the Cosmic Monster. That eventually they decided, all right, he's called Mechagodzilla. We'll just put that in the title too.
Oh, there you go.
It did take them 3 revisions to get there. But yeah,
Turning Red's technically one of those Godzilla movies.
Turning Red's kind of a yeah.
Not any spoiler alerts or anything, but there is definitely smashing going on, which is fun. You know,
Yep.
big So, yay for kaiju.
Yay for kaiju. But yeah, Rubber Monsters is what got me into prop making, and because I was way into Godzilla and Planet of the Apes, and then Star Wars came out, and so yeah.
Right. Wait, I'm learning to heal. Says polythene open cell phone.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good
The
way to look
technical
for it.
term for it.
Yep.
It's Googleable term.
It's Google. That is a Googleable term. Polyfine might be a brand name. I don't know, but it is an open cell phone.
In all reality, just half the battle is learning what you need to Google to find what you're looking for.
Yep.
I'm looking. Odin, what's that number of the dress? I needed a specific French curve, and I knew where the number was, and it was in a book I lent to you.
Yep.
I need
number
a number
17
French curve is my favorite French curve.
Which is still hard to find on online for some reason.
But it's Googleable.
And
It
once
is
it's
Googleable.
once you have what you're Googling, it's easy to find.
I shouldn't say it's hard to find online. I prefer metal rulers. It's hard to find a French curve number 17 as a metal ruler.
Yes, they often come in clear plastic
Often.
or a slightly purple clear plastic, which
And that's hard to find.
I prefer the slightly purple clear plastic because you can see it on white. And I deal with a lot of white,
It was a lot of white.
but
I know my dad was a draftsman, with a drafting table and mechanical pencils when I was young, and all of his stuff was green, so you could see it on the paper
Yeah.
easily. Yeah,
that's
still have some of his templates. There's a hex template that's great.
Green is easy on the eyes. We got Carlos Perez saying, I want to see you make the Sam Raimi Spider-Man mask. I feel like that one gets asked for a lot.
It does. That one would be interesting because to do it right, not only are we sewing the mask and making the eyes, but the webs are raised and they're actually flat and cast as silicone or urethane and super glued to the spandex. So the Tobey Maguire Sam Raimi has a raised web pattern. And that's literally how they did it in the movies. And I've seen cosplayers do it, and it looks fantastic. But that is an involved thing.
I'm already thinking about 12 different ways to accomplish that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I can see that. I feel like the original Spider-Man, like the original when they show him in the comic books making his outfit.
Yep.
Like, I feel like
Sitting on his bed sewing with a needle and thread.
he's top stitched the
Yeah.
piping to make the web pattern, I swear. Using a crouch stitch. No. Yeah.
Yep. It's a constant thing in the Spider-Man comics with Parker bitching about how much he hates sewing.
But I love that he does it
Yes.
so much. Because there's so many technical difficulties, and it's like Iron Man going through troubleshooting his suit.
Yep.
There's still troubleshooting.
Yep.
It's like your cosplays. You gotta troubleshoot your cosplays before you wear them out.
And people ask all the time, and I'll be honest, Iron Man Mark I armor looks really cool. I don't really want to build one. I really don't. I'd rather make a different mech. Sorry. The Hydra Stomper I would have more interest in, but Jake is building one of those, so I'll let him do it.
Right? We got the Trash Panda saying, "Morning crew, I'm late again. Stupid time zones."
Ah,
Oh yes, I was complaining about those earlier.
yes, you were.
Not
Good
time
morning,
zones.
Trash Panda.
I was complaining about
Australians?
no, the savings time,
Ah, yes.
the changing of the clocks. Why must we do this? It's stupid. Anyways. What's he up to? Says Odin. Do you have plans for any more Lego props?
Yeah, I've got a project that's been in progress for a little while now. I'm making some more large-scale Legos. I'm making I'm making a couple of pieces, some more space elements, basic space elements, and what do you call thrusters? The maneuvering thrusters. It's the 1x2 with a step down and the 3 nose cones on it. That's coming up here too. That's the one that's been on hold since RocketCon.
Lego Man 2597 says thank you for the stream today.
You're welcome, Lego Man.
All for you. Xeno Killer says, what about a pumpkin bomb? I was thinking about doing one in paper mache. You have a video on that.
I have a video
So
making a
you're
pumpkin
welcome.
bomb, and doing that in paper mache would totally work. In fact, yeah, you could, because paper mache would be nice. I did it based off of a Christmas ornament, and you could paper mache the ornament, and when it dries, draw out the patterns you want, and then you could actually cut it all out and put it back together again. That would totally work.
Yeah, there's a million ways to do anything wrong.
Yes.
Don't be afraid to try one of them.
No.
D-Gamer says, D-Gamer 2099 says, would you want to see Kratos take on Godzilla? Kratos would kill Godzilla. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. It would be a murder. It was just like him hunting for food.
Pieces to Prop says, dang, missed most of the stream. Oh well,
Aw.
continue my workout and I'll catch up the replay. Love you guys.
Oh, right on.
Well, see you in the replay.
See the replay pieces and props.
Yeah, we have like 10 minutes and I
Yeah.
gotta get out of here.
I know, that's why we're
Finishing things up as best
finishing
we can.
things up. Yep. Why I'm busting out the heat gun.
Sharp Shots Effects. When I was 15, I made a Mark I suit and only have a single photo of it.
Yep.
I feel you.
Oh, yeah.
All the costumes, I just didn't bother.
Yep. Yep.
Yes. 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 I feel you. That one hurts a little bit because I know.
I had folders of digital pictures because I was an early adopter for digital cameras of all the costumes and stuff that I did at like Burning Man and some early Gore stuff and yep, hard drive died. This is pre-cloud and specifically one of my damn little dogs got up and pissed on the computer and killed it. But
Oh, jeez.
yeah, it's like thanks. But there was a couple of early pictures of me and Ellis that were in there that's gone. That's kind of the most annoying thing.
Right?
Yep.
I'm a digital hoarder, that's for sure.
Yep. So I've got no problem putting my stuff up on the cloud at this point. Because I had a little dog teach me better. There is a trim that's going to go in here, so this piece goes on.
Okay. I was just trying to make sure it's circular so I was following the line as nicely as possible.
Do that. But I also just want to let you know that there is
Something gonna be covering
there's
it.
something we're coming up to cover that. Yeah.
Sweet. So Pieces to Props wants to know real quick, how would you do the inscription on Moon Knight's crescent darts?
Probably the way I've done some of the inscriptions and other things with, because I would make them out of foam, which actually I had marked in my calendar as a project I should be doing, but I'm not prepared for that. Well, it could be. It's not. It's next week. My plan was to just take an X-Acto knife. I would find a copy of the inscriptions that I like, print them out full scale, and then either, depending on how complicated the inscriptions are, lay it on the foam and then just push a pin through it, and just so I can connect the dots to do the inscriptions. Totally just fake it, or if the inscriptions aren't that complicated, I might cut out the paper version first and then lay it over the foam, and then you can transfer your pattern, basically trace it, but there's a way of just doing a rubbing, and then you can X-Acto knife, make a light little cuts, and then come back to the heat gun. And the heat gun causes the surface of the foam to shrink a little bit. It causes the cells to close up. And so when you got a little incision, it makes the incision open up. And then it's a really nice way to get a very clean, marks.
Turning a flaw into a feature, right? It's
Yes.
like, shit, I cut this open, I can't use a heat gun. It's going to make all these lines so much worse. But hey, I want these to happen.
I want this to happen.
So,
And then
Yeah.
you find out all the lines you didn't connect.
okay. So we have 5 minutes for our goodbye, but we have finished pieces today. Look at this.
We have finished big pieces today.
Right? It looks way more impressive.
So I got some foam, and I got some foam.
Lots of foam.
Both of which went into the Ryobi basket, amazingly.
Right? It looked like you were doing it on purpose.
I was not. I was just throwing it past the camera.
Yes.
There's those.
So these things are going to have these on them. Oh, it looks like those are supposed to. Something
Doesn't it?
is going
Yeah.
to happen there. So.
And then this piece fits over that.
Totally not looking at what I'm supposed to be doing.
Oh,
I'm
that's-
just kind of guessing and eyeballing it at this
That's
point.
fine. The internet will let us know how we're wrong.
Right. This is just my guessing.
Grain elevators. I think you're pretty right so far. I'm pretty sure these guys,
Yes.
they're ish somewhere. And those are parts we still need to do is put the 2mm strips on all those.
Yes. Green elevators. You don't know either. I don't feel so
Trying to
bad.
remember. Wasn't it like...
It's. Is it like right here?
Yeah, maybe it is.
Somewhere like. Anyways.
It's one of those things I've always...
4?
4 is probably good. 3 might be best.
Yeah, I can't quite see on 4. Let's try 3.
Yeah, you can try 2. It'll have less on-screen stuff.
2?
They're all kind of the same. That's 2.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's 2.
Yeah. Oh well, I'm just gonna go back to 1.
Okay, that's fine.
Because it's time to go anyways.
It's time
But
to go,
we
yeah.
have things that are starting to look like Proton Packs.
There you go. There's another variation on 3 that might help. But it looks like a Proton Pack.
It's getting there. Look at that.
It's actually got...
Ah. So,
It's a Proton Pack kit. Some assembly required.
mid-assembly.
Mid-assembly. It's perfect.
Done.
So I just want to say thank you all very much for watching. Thank you for sticking it out to the very end. If you're in the future watching a replay of this and you stuck it out to the very end, thank you very much. You deserve a Scooby snack. Thank you. The fact that you guys watch and that you comment is greatly appreciated. I love the live streams. I think you know why I love the live streams. Because we get to interact with you. It's a quick and easy way to have a quick discourse and be able to talk to all of you. And I love the fact that we're getting hellos from India, good mornings from Australia. We're getting Denmark,
South Africa.
Brazil. Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah.
It blows my mind that it is so easy to talk to people all over the world. And I really appreciate you guys watching and tuning in.
Yeah, welcome. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yes.
And next week we'll be back.
Next week we will be back. We'll be streaming at 11:15 next Monday for the patrons. All members of my Patreon get to see the live streams early. The first 45 minutes that we do every week is specifically just for them. It's a way of being able to see the comments easier, gives us a chance to warm up. If you're watching this as a replay, you got to see it. But if you want to be part of next week's or the weeks after, please check out patreon.com/Odin Makes. Any entry level gets you early access to those live streams. And when I have my produced videos done early, you get a chance to see those early.
Yeah, and you can always give this video a like,
Yep.
offer the algorithm gods the severed hand of approval.
Yep.
And, we might be here next week.
And then we actually might be here next week. We're going to be here next week.
Yeah, we will.
I'm going to be doing 4, but I'll be doing 3 weekend cons in the first few weekends of April, and every one of them is over in such a time that I don't think I'll be missing any of the Monday live streams. I'm going to miss one of the Friday.
Knock on wood.
I'm going to be missing one of the Friday video game live streams because I'll be on a plane, and there just isn't any way around that.
But will Joe be there?
Yeah, Joe will be there.
So it's not like it's not going to happen.
Yeah, so it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Yep, that'll be April 8th. I'll be missing that one. For when I go down to WonderCon, I'll be able to do the Friday from there. But it's 2 o'clock, Felicia, 2 o'clock here for us, of those of us here in California.
Yep, and I have to be out at 2, so.
At 2. So I want to thank you all very much for tuning in. Definitely please support on patreon.com if you can. If you can't, please continue watching the videos. That's a huge way to support.
Yes.
Felicia has her own channel.
BehindTheScenesFashions.com.
There you go.
Well, that's my website.
That's the website, but it takes you to the channel too, Behind the Scenes Fashions. So if you
Yeah.
need to see more Felicia, she's got a couple of videos over there.
I have a whole 2, so
Yep.
check them out.
Check them out. Thank you all very much. We will see you again next week.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle.
Here.
See, if I set up the thing that Graham wants me to use, where we
Bye-bye
can...
now.
Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Wade
Rio's like,
Randy
I
Hill.
did not sign up for this.
Yep. Wade and Marnie Heel's one of those special Scooby Snack guys that's stuck around for the whole thing as I clicked the wrong button. End stream. There we go.
Bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Are they gone?